Welcome, everybody, to the second stretch run of the weekend. We're in the deep stretch of the weekend here, I would call it. We have live racing from Gulfstream Park today with the Pick 6. We also have the whole EE crew here. We have Scotty, the kingpin, the grand poobah of EE. We have Justin and Chris Walsh. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Bluegrass Dan, Doug, Rodney, Jotham. Loved your ticket yesterday. Love seeing you hit like that. Congratulations. Super excited for this Gulfstream card, this mandatory payout, pick 6. Gentlemen, we were just chatting before the show, and I think we all feel this is a super tough sequence here.
Yes, 100%. Super tough.
Yeah. I mean, look what just happened in the early pick 5. It just paid what, $100 and some $1,000, right?
Yep.
Well, one of the reasons for that is that if you look at the jockeys that won the race, Gonzalez won a couple of races. Like, none of the big jockeys won a race. Castellano did win one of the legs, but that's going to happen. So maybe that'll be a hunch play to take a lot of the top jockeys, because you're not going to shut them out, in the last half of the card.
And Scotty, I feel for Lexi too yesterday. Lexi lost a huge pick 6 in the pay leg yesterday. At Aqueduct, she was alive to some amazing payouts. So Lexi, we're going to have a better day today.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lexi. That's the worst.
Yep.
It is.
That is the worst feeling in the world. I remember one time I was alive. The smallest payout it was a pick 5 or a pick 6. I genuinely don't remember, but I do remember having every horse but one. And the smallest payout I was getting was $28,000, and the highest I was getting was $198,000. And the horse I didn't use won.
Yep.
That was the worst.
So let's dive right into this because we have 15 minutes to post here. I am a little concerned. I did leave the E long shot off in this first leg, but I was very close to singling this 5 here in the first leg of the pick 6, but ended up chickening out off of Serpe's not great off the layoff or on a claim. I did also watch a bunch of this horse's races, and he tends to get caught in the stretch and then re-rally, and I'm a little concerned about that on the Gulfstream synthetic. What about you guys? Thoughts on the first race? We are the top 2 picks plus the Drexler 4 and the 6 for Rick Vo here.
I think I thought the 2, Oldy, I looked at this horse as a potential single when I originally looked through the sequence. I mean, Berg claims this horse. I think this horse is like insanely dangerous at a price as the EquinEdge long shot. It's dropping in SOR. I think this horse is dangerous. Like it has not won the last couple races, but it is getting easier. And she gets this horse off the claim, right? Doesn't step up, comes back at same conditions. So I think it's dangerous. That was one of the top horses. I spread a little bit here in the pick 6. We'll talk about that later. I tried to play against the 5. I did use it. The ticket generator also likes the 3 horse with Irad Maker. I thought was dangerous. And then of I think the 10 horse, to be honest, at a bomb, and Edwin hit bombs early in the card, is a horse I'm using in my pick 6. And I don't know if can win, but the horse has 4 wins and 11 tries. Yeah. So I'm 2 through 6 with 10 in the pick 6.
I'm 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5, and
I do like Scotty's angle there. That's Tyler Jr. and Irad. So 3 of the bigger names.
Yeah. $2 million in the pool right now, just FYI.
Scotty, thoughts?
Yeah, I was just, on the 5 horse, you can get caught up on a horse like this. The way I look at this is you got claimed for $32,000 back in November. Now you're in for $10,000, but yet the SOR is the same, and you barely won that race. You're 3% off or first time claiming off the layoff for SERP. Let's see, 3%. Yeah, first race back. I mean,
Mhm.
I just think that a lot has to go right for this 5-horse to win this race. There's a lot of horses in the field, so it's a full field. Has to get the trip as well. Does have some tactical speed, no doubt about it. Don't be surprised if this 6-horse runs a really good race. I think the 6-horse has a big look here, especially with Paco, because Paco's very aggressive. So I think the 6 is going to most likely have the lead, and it might be tough to run down.
Well, I would say Paco's been riding better than Saez, and we just haven't adjusted to it yet.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, Scotty, I had the same note on the 6. Paco, this horse is going to show speed. He's going to be aggressive. Yep. The win percent drops a little bit, but it has been at this level. I'm using the horse. Coming off a small layoff. This was a tough race, man. I mean, I am surprised, to be honest. The 5 is getting hit so hard, Oldy. And I know you talked about that horse being a single before the show, but I don't know. We got 11 minutes. I don't know if you want to go the next race or
let's march on,
guys. I don't know how you would leave the 6 out, because the 6 is going to probably be on the lead, but if the 1 does go hard, then the 6 sits on the outside. Look at what this horse has done. I mean, it's faced 30. It's faced 31 horses, or 29 horses in the last 3 races, and been first, lost by 3/4 of a length, and then 2 3/4 against so many horses. I mean, this is a legitimate contender in this race, especially when you might have a vulnerable favorite here in the 5 title forces. So, and I think Justin's point on the 2-horse makes a lot of sense as well, because you got to imagine that Brittany Berg is going to improve on this horse. So for me, I'm on the 2, 3, 6.
The 7 could be a ticket killer too. That guy loves to kill tickets, Vasquez.
Yeah.
And if you look at the 7, you see nothing but a lot of bad trips until you go 5 back to its last win.
But sometimes when you don't have tactical speed, you get bad trips because you don't have tactical speed.
Yeah. Well, if you hit the gate coming out, doesn't matter if you have tactical speed.
So rolling on to leg 2, I really loved the 7-horse here who scratched out. That was actually going to be my original single here. E loves these wide horses here. I dropped the long shot, which I'm sure is going to come back and pain me here, but I thought there was enough speed here where the long shot from the 14 hole is going to have a problem, and not a great GSR. I thought the 9 was a little interesting for Cassie. This horse has speed and is gelded, can rate, is by Oscar Performance. I also used the top choice, the 13 from Pletcher that Irad chose to stay on, and then the 10-horse from Chad Brown that picked up Junior once Irad got in there with Pletcher. And then I'm hearing good things about this 2-horse, both from the workout report and from the track feed by Oscar Performance, the 2-horse first-time starter for Brian Lynch. And then I think if this breaks down, World of Trouble does really well first time out on turf as a sire. And if this breaks down, Freakazoid could be the one to clean this up. Thoughts? I know, Justin, you had a near single or a single here, possibly.
I mean, I think I'm going to have to narrow here, to be honest. And I'm probably just using the 10 and the 13 horse. The top 2 EquinEdge picks. The 10's first time starter. It's a Michael Dubb horse. I think this horse is probably live, Oldie, from my perspective. I mean, it is bred well. It has a great GSR. It's only 4%, but it shows up as the second EquinEdge pick. So I don't love this race. I think a lot have tried. We're on Maiden Special on the turf. I think it's an easy spot. And the other part of the telling sign was Irad got off the 10, Oldie, to ride the 13. And I thought that was interesting just because he originally was going to obviously ride the 10, but the 13 gets in the race. I think this horse probably can improve. And I just didn't think this was a great Maiden Special on the turf.
Yes.
Like, I just thought this is where maybe you catch the lower price, like in the sequence. Because I'm trying to narrow later, but I'm also not taking favorites. So I'm playing 10 and 13 here in the pick six.
I'm 5-8-11.
5-8-11. Okay. I did not use either the 5 or the 8 or the 11. All right. Scotty?
I'm on the 9-horse Film Academy. I just think it needed that last race. It ran a nice second place finish. The GSR goes up 6 points. The win percentage does drop, but it's also a wide open race on the win percentages. So when I see a drop like that, I don't normally like that, but I have to consider that the top win percentage is the 13 at 24%. The 13 is probably the horse to beat. We could be overthinking this, to be honest with you, but as far as first-time starters go, I think the 2 and the 10. You know, it might be just as simple as using 2, 10, and 13, but I'm going to take a little flyer on the 9.
The horse could improve, Scotty, is stretching out for the first time, I noticed, with the 9 too, you know. So I thought this horse also could show speed. You get the morning line angle. It's JJ and Cassie. The horse is also, when you look at the works, you know, it comes off out of that race and works, and then, you know, continues to work. I was surprised. I'm like, well, why did I have a gap all of a sudden? But that was my only concern. Gary Barber, Cassie, but I'm with you. I think the 9 could be dangerous, man. I don't disagree with you.
Chris's 8, by the way. Sorry, Chris. Chris's 8 is not bad either, because if that horse on the turf was running against better horses, and it did get a 3rd place finish here. It's 3rd off the layoff, and the horse has some tactical speed in the race that really is void of speed. I think if I was spreading and I wasn't comfortable on the 13, especially with that post, I think you probably cover the race with a 2, 8, 9, 10, 13.
Yeah. And let me add on the 9, they obviously thought pretty highly of this horse to ship it into Saratoga as well. And it got bet there. So, you know, the fact that it's 12-1 on the morning line right now after being the favorite last time out and getting bet at Saratoga, you know, that's a horse to look out for at a price here.
The only thing on the 9, did get a 3-star work, but never went by its workmate. So the other horse that it was working with, it never really got there.
The 13 has a great work note from Bruno, just so everybody knows. The 13, that's why I narrowed. Like I'm using the EquinEdge picks, and the 13 is working very well for Fletcher. And when Iraq gets off the 10, that was the telling sign for me. Like I try not to overthink it. Is what, to Scotty's point. And
guys, I will tell you, the more I look at this on paper, the 2-horse Oscar Worthy, whenever you spend a lot of time on a race and you're having a hard time, especially with some of the horses that have already run, go look for a first-time starter. So we talk about inside post, right? And you're talking about Oscar Worthy on the inside post. They've worked this horse out on the turf 5 times posted, and you just don't see that a lot of times. Only usually the better horses will be able to do that. And I mean, a Bullet on December 24th, 1 of 53. All these workouts are really good. In a race where some of the contenders are wider, that 2 might be the sleeper here.
Yeah, you get good odor trainer combos there. Another one with a 3-star work as well. So definitely, it's definitely a contender. That's for sure. I can't get down with those outside posts. I mean, it killed me yesterday with Chumbawamba, but.
Right, and you need speed from the outside post. You need to be able to get position. All right, so this race I really struggled with. There's a lot of similar paced horses here. I watched a lot of video. I did not like the 3 at all on the video. The 1 is very, very interesting here. Not in the top picks, but 3rd win percentage, money bag. It was on both paper and watching the video was the most tactical horse. I watched it drop back and win. I watched it win on the lead. You know, it is moving up in class here from 6. You know, it was claimed for 6.25 by D'Angelo, and then claimed for the same price by Breen here. Picks up Paco. You know, and I was not all that impressed with the favorite, the 4, or the 3, who's 19% that I didn't use. The 9's another horse that I think is really interesting at potentially a price that has some ability to come from behind. And I know Justin liked the long shot here, correct? The 6.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of figure out what I'm going to do to close this out. They're in the paddock, which is great. Looks like they bumped the post back to 5.
That's back another 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. It's such a tough sequence, man. I thought that if this race I struggle with, I would tell you, I ride my win on the 4, on the lead, on the dirt, because I don't think they're going that fast here. And this is, kind of State-bred allowance company. And this horse has some class. And I think that this could be his win or wins if he gets high here for Demona. I do think Louis on the long shot, that horse with Bob Hess, he could get, if the favorites don't run here in a State-bred, I like the 6. I did like Gaff on the 3, Oldy. And I also agree with the 1. I was trying to figure out what to do with Zayas and Safi on the 7 horse. I thought about even tossing the favorites here and only going 1, 3, 6. I think, I don't know who would be my top pick. I don't know, Scotty, go ahead. I struggle here.
I have a single in this race, guys.
Yeah, that I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the class of the field is the 3, Beastly Mode or Beastly Speed. From the inside, was on the muddy track last time out. I remember this race, got a 3rd place finish against a much tougher group than this. A lot of the contenders have equal speed. And first of all, when you're on the straightaway here at Gulfstream Park, having a wide post, like even the 7 post, and you've got so much speed, that horse is going to be wide the entire time, even if it's on the straightaway. It seems to make a difference. And then you have the tactical horse and the 3 horse that has the class with Gaff Leone. And doesn't this horse just sit like in 4th place, like on the rail, and then just come up and pass these horses? I see it. I think the 3 is a single.
I don't disagree with you. I know, Oldy, you didn't like the 3, but I don't disagree with you. That's why I was leaning towards 1, 3, 6. But I also might use the 4. I think I'm against the 7, but go ahead, Oldy.
I was going to say, I watched, you singled what horse?
Singled the 7.
Okay. Ticket generator wanted to. The ticket generator thought this horse was just gonna, I think, is just going through and gonna win the race, and just can improve, is I think what the ticket generator sees.
I used the ticket generator and I made 3 mods and then hit the button, and that's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah. And so my quick opinion, because I know we don't have much time on Beastly Speed.
They're in the paddock. But go ahead.
On Beastly Speed was from the video that this horse only passes tired horses. It may appear tactical in the in what you were seeing in Handy View, but on video, there's really no kick there, and it won't go by anybody.
Those are deceiving, though, Oldy. When you're dealing, depending on the class of horses you're facing, that can be very deceiving.
But it's the same class this horse has been running against.
No,
and at 7 furlongs here,
much easier, I think. Like the 4 horse, yeah. If you look at the SOR, no doubt about it. But with the style of that horse, I mean, first of all, that horse doesn't like to pass horses. So now it's got all this speed in the race, including the 7 horse.
Yeah.
The 3 is the one that sits right behind all that speed from the outside. I like this 3 a lot, actually.
I like the if that happens, I like the 1 or the 9. The 9's beating 60s. The 9 actually has a win at this level, and is in for a tag because it's already completed the condition. So, I know the system doesn't like the 9, but it's hard to ignore the fact that the 9 has actually completed this condition, and Vasquez is aboard, who tends to bomb these sequences out.
He does.
All right, they're going the track. Let's go to your single.
All right. Speaking of bombs,
the 9.
Yeah, so I'm taking a shot on the E long shot here. 7%. Win, 3rd off the layoff, and wins a bunch of wins on Tapeta at Turfway, and has shown can be on the lead, can sit. I think this horse could get an ideal trip here. It has the ability to make sure the 1 doesn't get away, but also to finish the 1. And because this is a handicap race, the 4 and the 6, the 4 is going from 116 pounds to 125 pounds. And the 4 is going to get bet. And that may not be taken into account. The reason it beat 68s, we were on the air for this, was because of this weight break against the 6, who's now carrying 100, going from 123 to 127, and didn't win at 123 last time out. So I was thinking either the 1 or the 9 here. The fact that the system picks up the 9 as the long shot and that the wins at Turfway on synthetic with some tactical efforts here is how I settled on the 9.
We have 1 minute. They're on the track. I spread here. I used a bunch. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. I'm 4-11 in the next. I'm playing 2 and 13 in leg 2, and then some spread coverage in the last. I thought the last race was tough, but I thought this was good luck, Oldy. I hope I like your 9. I don't disagree with you. So
I'm 4, 5, 6 here. Pretty simple.
Scotty, thoughts?
So I ended up going only 2, 3, 6 in this first leg. And then I've got 2, 8, 9, 10, 13 in race number 7. I'm singling the 3 in race number 8. In race number 9, the fourth leg, I'm using 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. And in race number 10, I'm using 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12. And then in race number 11, 3, 5, 8, 11, 12. $630.
Excellent. And we might be able to type that in as well, but or into the chat if we have a chance here. But this race 10 was the hardest race for me personally, because there's a lot of similarly paced horses here, but we've all seen the speed of speed win anyways. The rails out, the 11's got some tactical speed, has a 4-star work here as well, but GSR wise isn't great on the GSR drop. The 4 is similarly paced, and if this breaks down, then a horse like the 9 or the 12 could really come through at a price here. And let's see where we are here real fast. We're at 3.5 million. We're a little short of the 6 million they were thinking. In this last race, I dropped the favorite, the E top pick and top win percentage, the 1 here who I did not think wanted turf or wanted to. Didn't run all that well. Doesn't have any. Didn't show any speed last time on turf, and then is dropping in GSR here as well.
All right, they're asking for me to type these in. So let me just put these in the YouTube chat and get over here. I'm
going to get the feed up here while you do that.
Hey, Oldy, can I just share mine real quick? I have it up.
Scotty, give me your ticket real quick.
All right.
Just go ahead and share your screen in there.
So my ticket is 2, 3, 6 with 2, 8, 9, 10, 13.
2, 8,
9, 10, 13.
8, 9, 10, 13.
Not working.
With 3.
Yep.
With 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. With 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12.
2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12.
With 3, 5, 8, 11, 12.
3, 5, 8, 11,
yeah,
12.
That's what I'm playing.
All right, let me fix this here.
mile and a 16th is always an advantage.
4 million. They're gonna get there.
$4
You know, today is the only day that the computers can play for 20 cents.
Yep.
Every other day that's not mandatory, they have to play for 40 cents.
Justin, are you not able to share your screen? Is that the?
Yeah, it wouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't give me the optional. It must be how I logged in, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, you
Oh,
must be logged in.
wait. No, I got it. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll show mine real quick. Can you see?
It's coming up.
Yeah. So I played mine for 604.80. I didn't find a single, so I kind of tried. I did toss the favorites there in race 8. I'm with Scotty. I think the 3 is extremely dangerous. I don't know. That's an interesting State-bred on the dirt. But I tossed both favorites. I tossed the 4 and the 7. And then my early opinion was to really look at race 7. And so I just narrowed. And then I love the speed on the turf in race 10. Race 7, though, you know, and if the 5 wins here, it's going to be a bummer, but that's okay. Like, you just got to make it through. So,
Yeah.
I've been bummed before.
As have I. We've all been bummed.
All right, Justin, hold yours there real quick for me. People are asking for it in the chat. I'll dump it in there.
I put mine in the chat.
Yeah,
too.
it's in the chat already. You're all good.
Yeah.
We're all,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
as they would say, we're all covered. All right, let's go back to the.
Yeah, feel free to take it back, Oldy. Yeah,
You can just leave yours on there, and if we want to switch back at some point.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna keep circling till they get to at least 5 million.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, Scotty, how was the Pegasus yesterday while we're sitting here and waiting?
You know, we've got a lot going on right now at EquinEdge, and I think that just my mind is not. You know, your mind has to be right, and I love playing in the tournaments, but I wasn't even close. Like, I couldn't. You know, it's dumbfounding sometimes when that happens. Same thing happened to me in the Breeders' Cup. Day 1 on Friday, I was out of the tournament, and I liked 2 horses a lot, and both of them stumbled and still ran 3rd. And then Saturday, of course, I was on fire, but I was out of the tournament. And then, but yesterday, it just wasn't in the cards. I could not hit a thing. You know, I kept trying, and it just wasn't in the cards. And really, nothing I liked really ran good. So I thought the card was very hard. I will say this: I could have easily, if you know, and there's different strategies. And there's 2 things that I like to look at on big days. On competitive fields, I love to look at the EquinEdge long shot. I think we had 4 winners, 2 thirds, and a 2nd place finish yesterday. So I could have keyed the EquinEdge long shot. And the other thing that's not handicapping, I get it, but it's the Irad Ortiz factor. Just put Irad Ortiz down for 4 or 5 wins on a big card. And, you know, either one of those things, you know, could have made a different story. You know, but I just didn't, you know, just wasn't in the cards. I don't know. So
There weren't a lot of
NHC though. The NHC, I've qualified twice for that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well,
There
we're
weren't a lot
looking
of-
forward to possibly broadcasting that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
There
Why
weren't
not?
a lot of familiar names at the top of the leaderboard. There were a lot of familiar names with the $0 balance, though.
Yeah.
I saw some popular names. I thought didn't
The horses are
didn't Tyler
approaching
Hoffman
the
from
third
California?
Tyler
do
Last
Hoffman
chance
finished
to
5th,
wager
I
on
believe.
the
I
Rainbow Six,
I mean,
4.5 million.
you could not root for a
Congrats,
better
you.
guy either.
Yeah, I don't know them, but he's
On our
a
way to $5
well-known guy.
million in the
I've seen,
Rainbow
but
Six
Scotty, I
with a huge
appreciate it.
influx of cash still to come in. Remember, we
I
have fans betting.
Oldy knows this. These are like the ones you don't rarely find. But Scotty, last night I was playing shot 10 late as I was handicapping, and he hit like a 225 to 1 exacta. I missed the try. Should have played the try. It was $8,500 to $1. It was like I had the on top. The horse was 32 to 1 over a 5 to 1. It was just wild.
Well, even in the first leg, the first race at Gulfstream Park yesterday,
Yes.
if you did the exacta box, the top 3 win percentages, or a trifecta box, you absolutely scored.
I played those horses, and I only played them in a pick 3, and I didn't play them in a vertical. But yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
and
love
for
it.
me,
I love
all
it.
my success yesterday most of it came banging Dita up because that
Oh,
horse
yeah.
pick 4, press pick, double, press pick 3, and then the 4 out of 5 on the pick 5, ended up around $700 just from that. And then I also hit the golden hour as well
What did that pay? Oldy?
yesterday. Only like 350.
350.
Wasn't the greatest day for the golden hour.
I
Well,
love
I
waking
mean,
up.
it's better than 100 or like 150.
I mean, it was still profitable, and still a decent day.
I love
I
waking
just
up.
continue to be amazed by the EquinEdge long shot. I mean, if you look back at Gulfstream Park yesterday and those 13 races, it's pretty incredible what it did. Like, pretty amazing.
Well, it has so much value on tournament days if you can find the right bet, right? I mean,
There was a good horse to watch this week too at Gulfstream. That 7 horse on Wednesday.
Yep.
I think we all pounded that one pretty good.
That was the one that somebody asked, well, why didn't you tell me ahead of time? I said, I posted the horse to watch. Scroll up.
Yeah. You're going to get the 6
By the
million.
way, too, the horse. How good is the horses to watch algorithm been?
Love it.
maybe 7, Chris. You might see another million drop in this pool here at last minute, man.
The computers are going to dump here.
The
Wednesday,
syndicate, big
everything.
ticket. Yeah, the computer's a big syndicate. This thing's going to spike here in about 10 seconds would be my guess.
About probably the time the first horse goes in the gate.
Yeah.
I guess. But, they did say on the track feed when we had the sound on that money wasn't in yet. So there's a big jump coming.
Hey, Kent.
Railbird Shaw 10 is Happy Valley I don't play as much, and I don't actually play that much Shaw 10, but on big they had a big race last night. I only ended up playing one race, but the value is so big. Railbird.
I love waking up to your Shaw 10 stuff.
Yeah.
Is number 5.
You guys can play that stuff. I mean, it doesn't start till like 1 o'clock in the morning, man.
Well, we were chatting, and they faded off in race 2. I was like, I was hoping that Kenny was still around, or John, like when they were chatting race 1 and 2. But
yeah,
Iowa time that was like, because you find those horses in some of those races because they're so wonky that just could improve, and like that's what you look for.
Well, right, guys,
6 million.
Is the 5 going to win or no?
I'm against. I like the 2 as a win bet at 10-1. The 2 is my win bet. Brittany Berg off the claim. I think this horse can run.
All right, I'm going with the 6. Gate to wire with Paco.
I could see that too.
Solar.
Come on, Paco. Did anybody see, by the way, yesterday? So when you were at Gulfstream, did you see live when the I want to say it was the 4 horse. It was like race 6 or 5. Almost put another horse over the rail, and they left it up.
I didn't see that.
They're at the post.
Good luck, everybody.
And they're off. Step slow to break. Sand Dancer, Most Wanted Man, and Coach Abernathy.
Paco
in the
not
middle,
going to
it's
get
El
the lead.
Socio who wins
Paco's
the
got
start,
the
moving
lead.
out the rail. Backwoods Boogie. Unified Weekends not far
He's
away.
going to get
Here's the
shoved
favorite
wide.
Yeah, I did get shoved
They're
wide
almost
there.
4 in line in the run to the first turn. Wicked Surprise trying to
come
work
on,
over
2.
from the high
Like,
draw with Honesto just moving it.
I mean, the horse.
I thought the 2 needed the lead. So
well, they're not going that fast. They can't be.
He's dropped better than 8 lengths off.
Now they are.
3 and 2.
Back from there,
And I have seen the 5 win with quick on the video with quick paces and slow paces.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting a great trip. Here comes Paco on the 6, right?
Unified Weekend on the barn change. Leads for Chris Amy by a neck. Title Forces
he's got a ton of horses.
Second, El Socio posted 3 wide third. At the rail,
he's just been racing in the parking lot the whole race.
Yeah.
This is a new view we're getting.
Closer now, click a tat.
That's
Yeah.
a drone
Back
view,
to
I
the
think.
outside,
No.
Wicked Surprise. Then it's
Well,
the
Paco
team
looking
of
around, he
Solar,
just
and on
needs
his
to
outside,
go.
Burning Man. Sand Dancer starts his move for Gaffleone. He's in the red and white colors, picking through horses. Out the back, Most Wanted Man on the trailer is Coach
Look at
Abernathy
that
as they
at
round
5
the
to
4 turn.
1s.
with the advantage. Title Forces 3 wide El Socio at the Rail Unified Weekend. Then Backwoods
Let's go,
Boogie.
Paco. One
Clickettstown
time.
is next. Still making good
One
progress.
time, Paco.
Sand
Pass
Dancer
this
and
5.
Honesto's on his inside. They
I don't know.
complete
The
3
5
quarters at
looks
111
gone,
and
I
1.
think, man.
Yeah.
Turn for home. Title
I'll tell you, the
Forces
5
has the lead.
has been
On
getting
the
caught,
turns, Title Forces by 2.5.
moving too early
From
and
the inside, that's
getting caught
Unified
and then
Weekend.
having to
From between
refire,
horses,
but it
it's
doesn't look like
Honesto.
today's
Title
that day.
Forces has got a kick, and he's now 4 to the good. From between Backwoods
Oldy, you
Boogie
were right
and
to
El
begin with.
Socio, Honesto's at
Yeah, I
the
should
rail.
have stuck
Almost home.
stuck
Title
with the
Forces
guns.
5-2 to kick off the rainbow.
Yeah, you
Title
talk
Forces
about
by
singling
2.
that horse, Oldy.
Honesto was second. Backwoods Boogie ran third.
Well,
El
you got
Socio was
5 to
fourth
2, which is
in
a bargain, I
141
think,
and
on
2.
that horse. It was 3 to 5 most of the time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that it took a lot of early money.
nice
What'd the
training
pool-
job, by
what'd
the
the
way.
pool
That's
go
a
off
nice
at?
job.
What'd the pool go off at, Oldy?
Let's see. Do we have the total there? Yeah, we do. Hold on. 5.6.
No, that can't be right. It was over
Uh-uh.
6 million.
Mhm.
That's what it says. Well, add in
What
the
The
it's
carryover.
5.6 probably plus the $900,000 carryover, or whatever it was.
Interesting.
750.
Okay.
I mean that's what's on the screen right now. By the way, record day yesterday for Gulfstream at
47
the
million.
Pegasus.
That's fantastic.
Well, it goes to show you that those live betting contests, man, that drives a ton of handle. Just for the 100 people or whatever that were in there, you've got a lot of bullets being fired.
Yeah. All right, what do we have coming up here in the meantime before the next race? Looks like we got 2 minutes to Oak Lawn. You have the. Is this the race? No, this is not the race with the full brother to Flightline. That's the next race here. This 4-horse in race 5 at Oak Lawn, full to Flightline. And again, I should have that note in here.
Does that include the big giant scar as well?
And the bad feed, I don't know. But, you can see the GSR there sticks out like a sore thumb as well.
Oldy, can we talk football for a minute too?
Absolutely.
Who's everybody got in football?
Oh, you want all the bets? I have so many. They're on. Brad put them on a spreadsheet.
I don't want your bets. Although I did bet Justice Hill rushing and carries here in Baltimore, and then Zay Flowers in receptions. But I'm taking Baltimore and San Francisco. That's my 2 picks. But
you're going for the Super Bowl rematch, huh?
My son has a Brock Purdy autograph rookie. It's worth like $2,000 right now. If he wins the Super Bowl, it'll be worth like $5-6 probably. So I'm rooting for Purdy in San Francisco. So
I'm rooting for an Eminem Taylor Swift Super Bowl.
I think Detroit loses but covers.
Yeah, I do too. They're getting 7.5. You're getting a little bit of a hook with Detroit right now. First game. I have this parlay: Chiefs plus 9.5, Chiefs over 18.5 total points, and the Ravens over 23.5 total points.
You think it's going to be high scoring?
No, not that high. I mean, 18 and 25, 18 and 23 isn't that high.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see a lot of offense, but I think Baltimore's defense is tough.
I think we're going to, and the other one I do like too, this one was just $26. It wins 364. Both Tucker and Butker over 1.5 made field goals. Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 touchdown passes, and Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown.
Yeah. And I will tell you, and I keep begging you guys to stop playing the player props, because that's where the betting companies are making all their money. That's where the higher quote unquote takeout, but it's also that they're winning more often and you're losing more often with those bets. And, if you win, great, but, just keep that in mind that's their biggest money makers, those player props.
My withdrawals disagree with you.
Well, you're defeating the system, but overall,
I think
the human player prop bets are where they're making all their money.
Scotty, how classic was that response from Chris?
Yeah.
One thing that I will tell you is the thing that I see that loses over and over and over again are the boosts. Anytime you see, oh, we boosted this, those lose a lot.
Well, they're trying to get money to take money on that side, and so like my player pops, Oldy, I actually use similar to EquinEdge. Buddy of mine showed it to me. It's just a data thing. I'm trialing it, but like I'm not trying to find huge parlays anymore. It's very hard. Just like a pick 5 or pick 6. This pick 6, like it is so hard. Parlays are the same way, right? So I just look for guys that have matchups and position wise, kind of like fantasy, right? That's how I try to look at it, and that's where like I'm playing Justice Hill and Zay Flowers in here because I think those are the guys. Justice Hill is going to be completely under the radar, but Baltimore runs the ball, so and he's fresh. That's how I kind of play it. I only just do it for fun because, and I'm just not a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. So I just try to go with, I think it would be good to see Lamar Jackson, to be honest. And I think he's a great player. So that's my perspective.
Well, in Florida, we only have one option. It's the Hard Rock Bet app. And they do have one nice option if you turn it on, is if you do like a pick 5 or a pick 4, you can bet that back with hit the toggle switch, and you'll get paid whether you go 4 for 5 or 3 for 4.
Oh,
you're going to get less odds, but that usually is a good cover for me if the 5 doesn't work. I have a quick story, then we can move on with the sports. I had the Lakers game last night on the over with against Golden State. And I wasn't going to get there.
That was a great game, brother. That was an amazing game.
And they tied. Once it was tied at the end of regulation, the over was going to get blown away, and it sure did. So that was
how much do you like? I'm glad you brought that. I love basketball, and I think most people know that. But Steph Curry and LeBron, that was an amazing game to watch for both of those guys. If anybody, like. And they both of those teams played just great games. I mean, that was an amazing game last night.
I just hit the refresh button, buddy. I wasn't watching any of that stuff. I don't need those kind of nail biters, man. Hit the refresh button and let me know.
All right, Oldy, back to horses.
Back to horses.
Scotty, do you have picks for the games today?
No, I'm rooting for Detroit though, just because sentimentally, I'm not a Detroit fan, but I am rooting for Detroit. And, I grew up a Rams fan, and, when they moved to St. Louis, that kind of broke my heart. And I mean, of course I watch football but I've not, and I went through a period of time where I was betting on a lot of football as well. And I got my ass kicked pretty badly. So I'm like, okay, one vice is enough. I had, I was already spending 12 hours a day handicapping pick 6s, so I thought, maybe I would give that up. But I'm rooting for Detroit for sure. And John's he's from Michigan, and John's a good guy, so I'm rooting for John.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Gate to wire on the top pace at Oaklawn here.
Guys, is there a better algorithm than the pace number? I mean, anywhere, even on EquinEdge, like that pace number is consistently race after race after race accurate.
So gate to wire, pretty much unchallenged here for this 3-horse. Would have gotten 5-1, 10-1, or 20-1 on the morning line would have been nicer, but. Still, if you're playing the pace number, I know, I had Bluegrass Dan in my class on Thursday, and we were talking about how he just pounds the pace number when he sees an advantage there.
Yeah. Well, there's one at Tampa, and it's the top EquinEdge pick. It's 4-5 on the EquinEdge morning line. It's got a good win percentage, and it's 12 points the better of the pace number. It's got a good GSR. I mean, it's second off the layoff. Now, there is a horse to watch in there who's 7-5 right now, and that's Soul of an Angel, the 5 horse over at Tampa. Yeah, but you can see there is a big pace number. I just think, first of all, off the layoff, that that 6 horse last time out broke last from the rail, and then lost like that. I think that just shows maybe this horse is in good form, and the trainer's 27% with second time off the layoff. I think it's going to be tough to beat the 6 horse. I'm looking at like a 6-5 exacta.
All right, 6-5 exacta, guys.
At Tampa.
6-5 exacta. I can bring the audio up for that.
I'm also playing.
Oh, and
guys,
we hit the early pick 5 at Tampa yesterday too. I forgot about that one.
I'm actually playing in a horse tourneys tournament. So it starts in race number 7 at Gulfstream Park and race number 8. So I need you guys' help in that tournament. It's 20,000 guaranteed. It's live. So it starts here in the next race at Gulfstream Park or Aqueduct race number 8, whichever goes off first.
So and I wish you all luck. Other sports bet, Debo Samuel over receptions tonight would be another one that I would be looking at. I think they're going to get him the ball. I think Purdy's going to.
No chance. 100% no chance. He's going to be about 40% if he plays.
I don't think so, man. I think that a lot of stuff goes on, man. I know the guy's hurt, but he's playing, man.
Yeah.
I
Hard to
don't
catch
think
fast.
he's that questionable.
Yeah, it's hard to catch fast.
You know what happens a lot of times, though? I agree with Justin on this a little bit, because a lot of times they're sandbagging because they don't want people to be double teaming him so much. And so they're sandbagging. And so they're how do you think about it? How do you prepare for that if you think he's hurt? Because you have to kind of make a call early on how you're going to play it. And so I think they're sandbagging. I actually think that's a good play. I agree with you, Justin, on this one.
I just think, Chris, they have to get him the ball. But Oldy, go ahead. And Chris, you can talk. I just think that's going to be so important for them. I think McCaffrey's going to get his, right? But I think that they can use Debo on screens. I think they're going to get him the ball in various ways, because he's got to have the ball in his hands. That's the thing with San Francisco, in my opinion. Ayuk is good, but I think they need Debo.
No, I think, with a healthy Debo, I think they would cover. I don't think he's healthy. I think he's going to be, when you have a bad shoulder, it's hard to lift it to catch the ball.
They haven't covered their last 6 home games.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Still, I think I saw there's over 5 million tickets still left in the pick 6, just to FYI for everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure.
5 million.
That's all right. We need some prices now.
I wonder if they'll show us will pays today. They screwed us yesterday on that.
Guys, what did you think of National Treasure not getting the lead, but not getting the lead and still winning like that? I didn't think that was possible.
Neither did I.
Neither did I. And I had the Senior Buscador on my ticket. So I was crestfallen that he didn't get there. That was going to pay.
I probably
huge.
would have been rolling with Senior if I played. I didn't even watch the race. I was coaching all day or whatever. But we did Senior Buscador just get a good pace setup, and just a great way for National Treasure just to kind of rate right off the pace?
National Treasure had to work all the way around. I mean,
the entire way.
That was not an easy trip. And when they came off the turn, Flavian just threw him right to the rail, and he just kept going, and Senior Buscador was coming. But I think we can all agree that was the weakest running of the Pegasus so far.
I mean, last year wasn't great. I mean, as much as we enjoyed Art Collector there, it was not, the greatest.
Weren't the turf races good though? I mean, and I did not get to watch barely any of the card. I mean, how were the Warm Heart, and I know you had the 9 horse, right, Oldy?
Yeah.
So did the turf? It's what I've seen. I feel like is that the turf racing is the quality racing at Pegasus is what I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, the Warm Heart race was really close. I feel like the Dita was lessened out.
Well, but a great race and great call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good price, what I mean?
I was in disbelief. I still don't understand how that horse wasn't the favorite.
That was a rare day where Oldy and I agreed on a single, and Didio was the one.
Guys,
Well,
they're
when that
going into the gate over at Tampa, and I tell you what, the 5 is facing much easier horses here. So the 6 is going to have the lead, but the 5 could be closer to the pace. It looks like those 2 to me, but we'll see what happens here.
Oldy, let me know if you can hear.
Well, anyone can.
Oh, 5 took a flyer out of the gate, and 6 broke slow.
Yep.
Advantage 5 on that.
But sometimes you have a horse like the 6 who might need the lead, and you
Well,
then take back and you give the horse what it wants.
Yeah, you know what though? When you are a horse that needs a lead and you break like that, it usually comes back to cost you late, usually. And then when you have another horse like the 3 horse, I don't think the 3 horse, we expected it to be this close to the pace.
they only went, it says 25-3 though in the first quarter. Like,
Yeah.
did the 6 did they just not go fast and the 6 still got the lead?
Well, I think the 5 broke on top and didn't persevere with that. I think, and now he's in between horses right now. But the 3 is
3
sitting
looks
really
really
good.
strong.
They're all out already. But I think the jockey on the 5 should have gone.
Yeah.
6
The
is already done.
one's running best. I mean,
Well,
well,
6
here
is
comes
coming
the
back
6
right now.
coming back.
6 might have been playing possum there.
Yeah,
It was a
6
slow pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, 50.
It's like a Gulfstream synthetic 48 SOR pace there.
Let's see if the 5 can stock off the pace, though. Get up. Oh, the
Oh,
5's
came
getting destroyed. Get up, 5. Get up, 5.
Horse
Get
to
up.
watch. Horse to watch.
Get up, 5.
Get up, 5. Get up.
Up.
Get
Yeah,
up.
man.
Yeah, 5's there.
Yeah. Nicely done. Good call.
Horse to watch.
That was a great call, man.
That guys, that horse to watch algorithm is stupid. Like it's the best algorithm I've seen. Like, I mean, obviously on the win end, it's only winning about 18% of the time, but it's been in the money. I don't know. Oldie, have you kept track of it at all? Like,
I'm just starting to put it. I've added it into my data. I'm just starting to backfill that with off this. So I'm getting there, and then I got to write the queries once I do that. But what I'm noticing is when it's the long shot and the horse to watch, that it seems to do really well. That those seem to win more often, but it just might be in my head. And I've seen. I think there was a day that 3 of them lined up to that this week.
Coach is saying that there might be an inquiry over at Tampa, but if there is an inquiry, it's going to be on the 6 horse.
6, yeah.
And the 6 got 3rd anyways, and the 5 still got there. So I don't think they'll, for that reason, I don't think any of the jockeys are going to have an issue with the results of this.
I think the 5 just. I don't think there's no bullying or anything. I mean, I know the horse wanted to get out and but I would agree. I don't think that anything could happen to the 5, but
I don't see anything yet.
Can you do me a favor? Can you pull up that Tampa race? I just want to show something so people. I think there's a good learning lesson here. We'll do a slight coaching class for 1 second because Gulfstream Park's coming up. But I do want to show this race. If you can just open up the past performance, okay? Now they're coming back on the 5, please. Soul of an Angel. So they're coming back at a similar distance, 8 and 3/16, 8.5, a little bit shorter. But there's 2 things here. If you look at the last race, I don't know if you can highlight the stretch. The horse against a 74 SOR group was only a length and a half back. Okay, and now it's getting a group that's a 60. So, that's a tell right there, right? Of course, you don't love a horse that's only 2 for 32, but that's what this race is. I mean, all of them are crappy like that, right? Mm-hmm. So, but that being said, this was a complete class drop, is what this was, and you have to look and see how a horse did. Was it trying against better? And you can see at the stretch, the horse was, and then gave up a little bit of that at the end last time out, and then comes back here against easier and wins. 5 2-6 is the order of finish in the 6th at Tampa.
And there was no inquiry. The 5 was the winner. And Scotty, your horses to watch, my best number I can give you is about 68% in the money.
In the money. Okay, so when we ran the algorithm, we knew that they were going to be minimum 51% in the money. They far surpassed that. So like if you got an algorithm where you can count on a horse being in the money 51% of the time, if you bet properly, you can do well with that algorithm. And then on the win end, I don't know how you guys feel about this. When we ran it, it came back with 15%. I think it's been more like 18 or 20% on the win.
So
I feel that way too.
We had a Mahomes to Kelsey touchdown pass.
Well,
Yeah, I saw that.
I am, on a personal level, I'm rooting for the Chiefs because my daughter's a big Swiftie and it has involved her in football. So, I'll actually get to interact with her about the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So on a personal note, that's my rooting interest there.
Guys, who am I going to use here at the tournament? Who am I using at Gulfstream 7 and who am I using at Aqueduct 8?
You're playing win place? Just win
place. Yep, win place. It's a live tournament, 20,000 guaranteed on horse tourneys.
Well, you like the 2 as a first-time starter. I think the Michael Dubb 10 as a first-time starter as well. But I think the 2 is the other one to look at from a GSR perspective. I think Irad could be tough on the 13. I'm just 10-13 here. But the 2 was one I know that you talked about because I had a note that horse also might run. Working well, good GSR, Jose. That's my perspective. I don't think you're getting the right price on the 8, but
I think it would be 2 or 9 for me. I'm putting just a quick try together here.
Yeah, I like the 9 a lot as well.
EquinEdge long shot. Oh yeah, you like the 9. That horse was stretching out, right? You're moving,
Yeah, the horse is stretching out. Second off the layoff for Cassie and Castellano, and got a nice second place finish last time out. You have to figure. But they ran this horse in the synthetic last time out. They 100% gave that horse the race.
Yep.
This horse has been training mostly on the turf, not mostly, but a lot of times on the turf. And since that race, the horse worked on the turf last time out. The GSR goes up, and the GSR tab is saying that this horse is turf. So, I mean, the 9 is live. Coach, to answer your question on the spot plays, the horses to watch. We're going to have a new advanced package, and it's going to be on the advanced package. It's just going to be part of the package, to encourage people to upgrade. It's going to have the link feature, a few other things. Actually, on Tuesday night, we're releasing we created a starter package for those people that want a really simple view. It is really killer, you guys. It's like really, really good. What we did, instead of like when you look at the lifetime tab and you see, 2 races and earned $11,000, we put win percentages for each of the surfaces so that and I thought, and I'm not going to like that, because I'm old school, been handicapping for 40 years. Guys, it's really cool. It's really cool. Like it's just a different way of looking at it because I don't know. I just really like it. It kind of resonates. Okay, this horse has had 10 races on the synthetic and it's won 5 of them, and sometimes the money earned, the horse could have raced 1 time on money earned, you know what I mean? And it could be deceiving. So, I better get this bet. I put the 2 in. Yeah, I'm going to do the 2. The other one would be the 9 for sure. There is a part of me that really.
The EquinEdge long shot is a massive price at 19%.
And it's got a good win percentage too. I mean, could that thing possibly look what it did from the 12 hole last time out? Why are we ignoring this horse? I don't know.
I almost used it. It is a horse. I'm going to play a trifecta here. With 10, 13, 14 in the top 2 spots. And I might add some others. I don't know.
I'm trying to get one out there. I did play one. I played 2-9 over 2-10, 11, 13 over 5-8, 10, 11, 13, 14.
And Scotty, you got Aqueduct 2 coming up. I like.
What am I doing there, you guys? Any thoughts there?
On who?
At Aqueduct.
Yes, I give Midtown Rose a look. There has one on the slop. The 8's going to be tough, and it's the favorite.
Okay.
There are not a lot of good options in that race.
What race were you talking?
Aqueduct
Yeah.
8.
Oh, they're about to go, huh?
Yep.
What
They're
about
on
the
the-
prize play, the 3 horse? That's an interesting horse.
The 3, yeah, that was another one. Mariah's Fortunate. It's taken a bit of money. I would, if I was playing the tournament, I would probably go with the 5 over that.
They already took off. I ended up using the 8 horse.
Yeah, that's wise.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to regret it. Like, I mean, it's all out already. This 8's toast.
I was looking at. I thought I do agree with the 3. Manny was riding the 5, the long shot. I mean,
Yeah. Let's see.
Gulfstream, they're behind
Oh
the
my
gate.
God! Look at this 5 horse. The 5 horse is absolutely loaded.
Yeah, that's the long shot.
Yeah, that's Manny, man.
Oh, here comes the 8 late, you guys. The 8's coming. Come on,
5
8.
on the outside. The
EquinEdge long shot.
God, 9-1. Gosh darn it.
I think I just said I would have played the EquinEdge long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
I think you did.
You
did.
just do one ticket with the EquinEdge long shot, you know?
You did, and I was 100% with you, Chris. I was like, oh my gosh,
Well, I got a little bit down on that.
nice.
All right, back to Gulfstream.
There's the 13. I hope that horse decides that it's just ready to go, and Irad and the horse are just hanging out right now.
I hope it runs out in the parking lot.
There was a
No.
late scratch of the 1 here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow, Lamar Jackson with a huge fake.
Still time for your wagers. It's race 7.
Guys,
Oh,
is the-
Big Mountain did.
Is the 13 dead on the board?
No, it's a favorite at 5-2.
I know, but doesn't it?
Yeah.
To me, why isn't that horse 6-5, 7-5? Like, to me, that seems dead. Honestly.
Well, it was a 4-1 morning line, and EquinEdge had a 2-1. So that would be my only. I mean,
Are we
Yeah,
all
I mean-
outsmarting ourselves here? And does this come in as a long shot? The 14, who's the second best win percentage.
I'm
is sitting
using
at
the
25
10,
to 1.
10, 13, 14 in a trifecta on top with it's a $54 try. I put a bunch of horses underneath. But I'm still sticking with my 10 and 13.
I'm just going to place the long shot just in case.
I'm
Uh,
5-11.
I mean,
Five.
Ruiz, like, I mean, the 19% is crazy, but we just saw it
Ladies and gentlemen,
9-1.
we have an
win.
additional scratch for you here in race number 7. Scratch number 14, B+.
Oh, there we go.
B+.
There's
There
the
we go.
long shot just got scratched.
Yep.
Again,
So, guys, this 8 horse
14 is
Liam's
part of your
Journey.
pick 4.
I mean, this
Another
horse.
Rainbow
It was
Six.
a
You'll get the
2-year-old as a
starting favorite.
2-year-old,
There'll be
but this
consolations
horse
paid
actually
to the
got
14
third
in
in
the
the
Daily
Pilgrim
Double
in the grade
and
2
the
on
pick
the
3.
turf.
Again, race 7
I mean,
Gulfstream, late scratches of
And then
1.
off the layoff came back and didn't run,
Wagering windows
and
remain
then came
open.
back last time out and ran a little bit better. I mean, it's clearly not the same horse. Well, I don't know, but it's really getting bet. There's a lot of play on this horse.
I will just say that horse, it seems to run the same race every time.
I'm refreshing to see if we get a new long shot.
We could. That
depends
they're
on
going
how
to
much
circle
time
long
it
enough that you could. So 2 pre-gate gate scratches there, late scratches.
So, yeah. So the
You're going to go to the
one-
13 horse. If you had the 14, then you're gonna get the 13.
Yeah, you're going to a post that's slightly better.
the 13's getting bet down now 30%. The 8 horse jumps up as the long shot. The 8 horse, Liam's Journey. So that's the horse, Scotty, you just talked about coming out of the Pilgrim. Like, so
I'm 5'8", 5'8", 11 here. That's what I got. 5, 8, and 11.
Well, what about the 11, guys? This 11 is 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line now and 24%. Are we ignoring this horse wrongly?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Murphy is riding on the turf for Safi, so I just when I looked at this horse, it could improve. It gets over to the turf originally. It just wasn't winning, was my concern. But it gets to the turf now, so I mean, maybe it's gonna run better. I mean,
The 8 is now the long shot.
yeah.
Yeah, we covered that 2 minutes ago.
Hey guys, let me just brag real quickly. Do you know how hard it was to get the system to be able to update that fast? Did you see what just happened there with all the
Yep.
updates?
Uh-huh.
Like, I can't begin to tell you that took 4 years to be able to do. Like,
I don't doubt it, man. You're dealing with the live feed, and you've got to get the feed. Then your system has to have triggers to go remove it, redo everything, and put it back up there quickly.
it's remarkable, guys. I promise you, what just happened there in front of our eyes was remarkable. The win percentages, everything changed from the EquinEdge morning line to the picks, the long shot, everything just changed. Like, that's pretty incredible. I'm pretty proud of the team. Yeah.
Congrats.
We have a Stewart's inquiry, not a Stewart's, but a Stewart's. Whatever happened to that guy, by the way? Inquiry at Aqueduct into the winner.
Oh, the 5? Okay, wait,
Yep.
flip to the video because they're loading. They're about to go.
Yep, got it. Was
I'll
waiting.
be right back.
And
So
Guys,
Scotty,
just, I used the
Auto
9
with the
and
running
I
side
used
of
the
there,
2.
and the line went
I have
Okay.
2
Here's-
entries. Yeah.
I used them on top of my trifecta as well.
Zay Flowers for the touchdown.
And we got
Now,
Santa Anita,
break
you
out.
guys. We got Santa Anita coming up.
Yep,
As
and we
well.
got a
Ravens,
horse to watch there.
Anthony.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the 5 horse. Okay.
Hey, he's still jet lagged, Ken. I love to hear it. I would love that. There, see that you get 2-1, Scotty, on the 13 horse. So, I mean, look, it does have 3 scratches on the inside,
off
so
John
he's
the
not
Beerman.
sitting way out there, right?
Yeah.
So
Three
you get
more.
the
I see you
appropriate
looking.
scratches you want on
Devil's
an
Playground
AE.
and Liam's Journey.
Well, and the 12
Liam's
horse is your
Journey in
top
the
GSR,
all-time.
and we have barely even
Elvis for
discussed
Mike
it.
Makers. Second choice at 3-1. Race favorite. I see you looking to take the outside.
That's a great catch by Zay Flowers.
There in the gate. And they're off. Off a step slow, Freakazoid. Good start for Liam's Journey in the middle, reaching
Wow.
out for some forward
I
position
mean, the 8
toward
was
the inside.
going
Devil's
all out. And the
Playground is
13
on
is
the
going to
go.
be
I see you looking.
most
It's gonna get
likely
over pretty
wide.
well from the outside draw.
Oh,
Aaron Vasion
Not too
is
bad.
the rail.
Yeah,
They're
not
followed by
bad
the
at
team
all.
of Breakout with
8 ended up
Oscar
pretty
Worthy
wide
at
and looks
net.
ranked.
Length and a half to Film
Yes,
Academy.
very
Better
much
than
so,
Dangerous
Oldy.
Driver. Dangerous Driver is a gap of
That'll
another
cross
3
the 8
lengths
late.
Freakazoid. And the Beerman's last. John
Still
the Beerman
ranked.
trails the field as they straighten for their backstretch run.
The 10
Liam's
broke
Journey
awful.
won't settle. Devil's Playground is right alongside. These
I'm
two go
reliant
quickly.
on the
Team
13
behind them
here.
are Aaron Vasion and I See You Looking. They're racing 3rd and 4th. The other 2 lengths
my
to
2
Breakout,
horses
well
are
situated
in
for
last.
Murphy, 5 ahead of first-timer Oscar Worthy. He's dropped better than 9 lengths behind. Back from there, it's Film Academy. He has 10 lengths to close. Then it's Freakazoid. Just ahead of him is Dangerous Driver. Still out the
Look
back
at the
is
5
John
in
the
the air out
Beerman.
there.
They went to half in 46
You
and
guys,
3 as they round
don't
the
look
fourth
now, but the
turn.
11's
Devil's
running really
Playground
nice.
And Liam's Journey
I know,
continued
5,
to
8,
score.
11.
Irad Ortiz Jr. goes to the clear with I See You Looking.
13's
Disaster quicken
dead.
Now from the
Here
inside.
comes the 2 and the
Aaron Vasion
9.
Trying to wind it up.
Holy
from the back.
hell.
Oscar Worthy on
Come
his
on.
outside is Film
Go,
Academy.
9.
They straighten for the drive.
Go.
Devil's Playground is the leader with
Look at
Liam's
the
Journey
2.
trying to run at him from the
Go.
outside. These 2 continue to kick. I See You Looking is next. Grandstand side Breakout to come past the 6
Oh,
Get up.
wall.
The
Here comes
11's going to
Breakout.
win.
I See You Looking and Liam's Journey to the wire.
Oh, look at the
Breakout!
10.
Oh,
Look
Breakout
at
and
the
Otis
10.
Murphy won it
Kept
to
the
me.
10
Won it by an
back.
neck in
My
128
gosh.
and 2.
The 10 broke so bad, and the horse, there's the 11. Oh, man. Look at the 10 run out, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That-
I love I love being the lead run out one after you lose. It sucks so bad.
Well, watch the horse break. I mean, the horse must have been like 15 lengths off the lead. It was terrible.
yeah. Terrible
Oh.
break. We'll watch. So we have 2 minutes to Santa Anita here. So if they show it in time, we'll
We
watch.
talked about that 11 right before, and I almost switched. Almost put that horse in there.
Remember when we were going over everything and nobody used the 5, 8, and the 11?
No, I know.
Well, I'll point out that, well, I guess the 8 finished in the morning. Well, maybe. But it was really just the 11. But all you got to be is right once, right? There, that's going to kill a ton of tickets. I'm out.
I only use 10 and 13, man.
I told you those outside posts are
Yeah.
killer, and the 11 was the only one that there was with the scratches and whatnot. I guess it wasn't that bad.
All right.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. So we are coming to San Anita here. Let's.
Guys, I don't think we can ignore this jockey anymore, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's good.
Well, all right. So San Anita, we have
Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy.
That guy is a beast. Murphy
Yeah.
is a beast.
We have the 5 horse, who's the horse to watch at San Anita, I believe. Here, Scotty.
The 5 horses, I used that horse in the tournament, and yeah, I used him. We got Tampa Bay race number 7 coming up shortly as well.
But at San Anita, they're about to go in the gate.
Scotty, the
white
one
gate.
thing, the one thing Scotty, did you use the 11 in your pick 6?
No.
Oh, yeah. So, but don't forget about your 3 horse in the next race, because I always tell people, like, don't forget about the horse you single when you lose a pick 6. They're too hard, man. They're so hard. I hate them. Like, my 13 runs second, but like the great call, Wrecking Crew. Like, and Scotty, you called it. But the only thing I would say on that, I still think this is a good sequence. Like, I probably will play my ticket back as a pick 4, but I swear that too, Scotty. You like the 3 in the next race. So for everybody, like, Tony, sure. I get it, man. The 13, I know you singled that horse. Like, that was a very tough sequence. So keep going though.
Yeah.
I pretty much used the 11 just mainly because of Murphy. Because he's that good of a rider.
He's a great rider. I looked him and Egan up, Chris. You know, both of them came from overseas. Egan was the young apprentice, right? So Murphy's the better jock, I know. So yeah, I mean, he's no joke on the turf. Oldy, I know you got Santa Anita here with, is it the 5 horse?
Yes, correct.
We're 7-7 in the football game.
Off. Candy on top was out very alertly. Take Care of Me coming through along the rail. Happy as a Clam. Cameron Slav on the vanguard as well. They're followed by No Way It's Today, and Irish Myth is at the back of the field.
Deb is here. Deb, welcome.
And it's Take Care of Me who went
a Deb Martin
into the turn.
Just in time for Golden Gate and Santa Anita.
Top along the rail in 3rd. A little bit of traffic at the back of the field, headed by Happy as a Clam, who's in the 4th spot. No Way It's Today, 1 from the rail, and Irish Myth tucked inside. 4 lengths covers them onto the back stretch.
I like what I'm seeing out of the 5 right now.
Shot, Take Care of Me, tugging hard, leading by 1.5 lengths over Cameron Slav in 2nd. They are followed by Candy on top, Happy as a Clam, side by side. And in between those two, No Way It's Today, followed by Irish Myth. Not much change into the far turn, still tightly bunched. With Take Care of Me, still there by about 1.5 lengths. Cameron Slav in 2nd, followed by Candy on top, hard-ridden in 3rd. Between rivals, No Way It's Today. Happy as a Clam is just outside of them. Irish Myth has been at the back throughout. It's wide open, turning for home. Take Care of Me. Cameron Slav alongside. 3 back to Candy on top in 3rd.
Nope.
They're followed by Happy as a Clam.
Gonna run good,
Cameron
but
takes over.
But I think just short.
Well,
Well, maybe.
No Way It's Today, and it's a good one. No Way
Get
It's
up.
Today is absolutely
2nd.
flying. Here
Oh,
Oh, but bet down to 5-2.
yeah, but who
Boom.
cares, man? Look at that horse combined like that.
Clam.
That was
That's
awesome.
a boom.
And Candy on
Wow.
Great call.
At the shadow of the wire.
That was a horse to watch, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So you did a great job with the audio today.
I haven't screwed it up once yet.
Yeah, we don't have
which means it's coming.
3 or 4 people talking.
You know, it's like the bomb in a sequence where you've gotten all chalk. You know, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have coming up here Tampa, race 7 on the turf, maiden claimers. None of them really look like they're bred for turf based on the GSR. Top
No.
choice is the 6, second best GSR, over 2 at the distance.
There'll be a little give in the course as well because we did get some rain last night here.
Yeah, and for me, I see the long shot here at 16%. It has an E morning line angle. It has some pace and some tactical speed here, and is currently sitting at 15-1, and is 16% on the win line.
I think the 6 is going to be somewhat tough here. Getting Lasix. So is the 5.
Yeah, but I think they both want to go, and the 3's there too, who has speed.
Yeah, you haven't been able to close. Nobody was closing on the turf yesterday. Speed.
I'm gonna take a shot on the 2, the long shot here, with Gallardo aboard, with that E morning line angle and being the long shot and the high win percentage.
And a low
At
win
14.
percentage trainer.
This race is brutal.
It is. The 7th race is brutal. You're right. I'm looking at this going, I'm going to take a flyer in the tournament on the 3 horse to go gate to wire because it's got that top pace number. And it had aside, if you throw out the last couple of races, it really wasn't meant to do anything anyways. I think it's interesting that the EquinEdge morning line's 12-1 on the horse. And I'm just going to take a flyer that maybe that horse could go gate to wire. In a race like this where you don't like anybody, why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
And your top GSR is a 7 horse. It is getting bet, but really has never shown anything.
No, but in this race, I don't think that's even important. Yeah, it's not even important. If you actually look 3 back, going 8 furlongs on the turf, that was against a better group than this at 2%, same GSR, and the horse lost by 3/4 of a length against 9 other horses. Yeah. So maybe that's a tell right there. But I mean, the horse has no in the money finishes in 8 tries. I mean, this is an ugly race.
The other guy that's been booting home long shots there is Charlie Marquez on the 1. Horse is lightly raced.
Yeah, could improve. Could enjoy.
The problem is, like, the horse didn't improve on that drop last time out. There was a big drop and did nothing.
Correct.
Looks like Dam really only ran on dirt. I was just seeing if there was any recency bias on the Dam there. But we were talking about how great that feature is yesterday too, where you can just click and pull up the data.
Dam. Yeah. There's much, guys. This year is going to be all the meat and potatoes. The simulated race. You guys remember that? I did it on the Del Mar show a few years ago.
Yeah.
Way better. The simulated race now, because of the pace number, we know that we can create a great simulated race. So we've got the first call. We know we've nailed that simulation, and then now it's going to be a little bit less accurate with the second and third and fourth calls. But we actually think we're going to be able to predict the winner with the simulated race, and it's probably 33 to 35% of the time. And we're probably a couple of weeks away from being done with that algorithm, and then we might have that up in the next couple of months.
So I got a question for you on that too, Scotty, because part of the value of a simulated race isn't just who's going to win, but it's exactas, trifectas, that kind of stuff. Have you done any testing in terms of in the money?
We haven't yet, Oldy, but it's going to be very accurate, and it has nothing to do with the thing that is going to be great about it, and I'll get criticism for it, but is that it has nothing to do with any of the other algorithms. It's separate. So people are going to be, so you're going to have the EquinEdge pick is going to be one thing, the win percentage is going to be another, and the simulated race is going to be another. But I think that when they all match up, maybe that tells you everything as well, or when they don't match, that tells you everything as well there too, right? And maybe it's a spread race. So we're gonna let the algorithm be true to itself, but I'm super, super pumped about it, guys. We got a good one. Did I show you the screenshot of what it looks like?
No.
You have not. You want to share your screen and show it to us?
Yeah, let me share my screen. Now it's been upgraded from here, but this is insane. It's so good. Okay, how do I show this thing?
Scott, are you going to be able to simulate the odds drops on horses as they go around the track too? That'd be handy.
And Scotty, if you want, share the fact that I actually came to you on this with user feedback too, when we first started rediscussing the simulated race. So,
Okay, hold on here. Okay.
And the reason I'm bringing that up, guys, is if there's features you're interested in or things you want to see, Scott, I think Scotty, you're open to hearing them from people.
Absolutely. I'm trying to.
In this race at Tampa,
there you
Oldy,
go, guys. Hold on here.
I think the 4-horse might be able to hit the board, man, at 68-1 would be my play in this race. Like, I'm gonna play just a win play show. I don't actually know if the horse can win, but I would not. I do think the 4-horse might be able to hit the trifecta if people are playing the try. Just
Lexi said she played a 2-3-6 try.
Oh yeah,
Oldy, I just emailed you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna add my. Oh, see if I can do this.
It was up there for a second, and then we just needed.
It was the wrong one. So let's see here. You're sharing your screen, not mine, right? Or is that mine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you can take it over. Go ahead. And then I sent you. I couldn't do it from my screen for whatever reason. Maybe you can. But
I'm playing the try with you, Lexi. But I added the 4.
There you go. That's the simulation. What's cool about it is that the saddle cloths will be running, and then you'll see other ones like falling back. Right? It's a really, really cool simulation. Wait till you guys see this. This is by far. This is 20 years in the making. This is 20 years in the making. Thank you, Cincy, very much.
That's awesome.
But you can see now there's some, it's updated. This is actually an old screenshot, but part of this has already been built already, and the algorithm is going to be done in the next couple of weeks. So I'm thinking a couple of months. Yeah, I know. This is so badass. And here's what's cool. You can see, like, you can do first call, second call, right? You can. Are we doing my screen or your screen, Oldy?
Doing my screen.
Okay. So you can just click on first call, and it'll move the horses up, and you'll see how far back each horse is. You can click on second call, or you can just click on run full race, and it'll take about maybe 15, 20 seconds to run the full race. And yeah, so pretty pumped about that. It's gonna be a lot of fun to release that. But do you guys know that I built this 20 years ago? Never released it.
This like
what you're seeing.
This whole piece. Yeah, that's awesome.
20 years ago. Yep, true story. Just the public wasn't ready for this kind of technology 20 years ago. And a lot has changed, but yeah. Some
very cool.
Stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
3 is up on the lead. The two favorites, the 10 and the 6 are kind of hanging out, but the 3's getting away a little bit here.
Yeah, my 4 didn't run. I was hoping that horse was.
Come on, 3. One time.
The threes.
One time for Scotty. 3's in hand.
One time.
Scotty, he's on the lead, but the 10's gaining. Oh, get up.
One time.
One
time for Scotty. Come on. Oh.
10
you're gonna get
flying.
hurt. Come
No,
on.
there's the 11. 13-1. That was the 11.
Ooh.
But the 4 ran. See the 4? Gosh, man. That horse ran dead last. But the 11 was the other price, Oldy. But all right, Gulfstream. Well, Aqueduct in 4 minutes. Is that where we're headed? Somehow the Chiefs just scored again. A 9-minute drive. 9
Jacob-
minutes.
Gulfstream. How close are we to Gulfstream? Because I'm not seeing it on.
8
We
minutes.
got 8 minutes.
Okay.
8 minutes. They
3 minutes.
just entered the paddock. Just got in the paddock.
Well,
There's an
not much
exciting
to
4-horse race.
do
at
here
Shetland.
other than maybe playing the top pace Detective Tom, who's also your long shot. You have a 1-to-1 horse in Antonio Venice.
State-bred stakes, so it's the feature of the day, right?
Yeah. I think there were a couple state-bred stakes today. But yeah, I mean, you have the 4 Detective Tom, who's the long shot, been stopping, but there's really no other speed here.
Well, I mean, this horse gets a sloppy track, so
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's tired last out with easy leads. You go back to the 66. I mean, he's still running stretches out to 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, probably gets nailed. The 2 and the 3 are the ones getting bet. The 2 looks like more to me like one that doesn't go by and might need the lead. The 3 looks solid.
The
And then
3
the
though
winners-
the 3 did not like that sloppy track, man. Back at Saratoga.
The last 2 of them, actually, the good and the
Yeah.
muddy track. So what about the 5 here? 15%, it's 8-to-1, but again, looks like a horse that's just stopping. And then you have the
Oldy, that's the horse to watch.
the 5 is.
The 5, Always the Warrior, is the horse to watch.
So I don't like the 1 or the 3. So the 4 might, if the 4 stops.
Why not a 4-5 exacta here? Don't hammer it too hard in case it doesn't come in. But
No, that's what I'm playing, man. I'm not even going to use the 2. I'm just playing the 4 and the 5.
You don't like the 2. You don't like the 2.
I mean, under. I'm not boxing them. I'm playing the 4 and 5 on top with the 2 under. I'm not using the 1 or 3 though. I think the 5 might be the horse though, to be honest, because if the 4 stops, the 5 is going to win the race at 6.5. I mean, this horse has run great races at this level in the last 2. It ran well in the slop 3 back. So I think the 5 is the horse to win the race.
I think the 1's going to be up on the pace. It's coming out of the 1 hole. 1 last out at 6.5, sat right off of it, was very close to the front.
I'm playing the 5 over the 2-4.
I'm just playing a straight 4-5, or not straight, 4-5 exacta box.
Yeah, I can't. I mean,
And if one of the 2 favorites comes in, then it wasn't meant to be anyways.
I'm with you on the 4-5 though.
Have you guys seen? You guys want to take a look at the starter view that we're releasing?
Yeah, show and tell is always fun.
Let me
So
show
four,
you.
Try to share your screen
four
again
got
here,
the
Scotty.
4 got the lead very pretty easily. You want me to jump sound, Oldy?
Go for it.
Okay.
So the 2 got through on the rail, and the 4
I don't
didn't get the lead. It gave up the lead.
I don't know what he was doing there.
I still think the 5 could get a good trip here, man.
They're going pretty slow for 6 furlongs, 6.5 too.
Mischief Joke. Dylan Davis, they've got the lead. Detective Tom is in pursuit here from second. 3 wide is Antonio Venice. 13 Red Flags is at the rail here in fourth to the inside of Always a Warrior. They're still chasing Mischief Joke, who approaches the quarter pole. 47.5 more for that half-mile time. Mischief Joke is in front.
2 might be long gone, man.
Yeah, that was a slow. That was like a mile pace.
3 ran a good race. I wouldn't have saw this. So
It's Mischief Joke. Antonio of Venice is the one within range as they're approaching the 16th pole. It's still
beat the 3 though.
Antonio Venice is getting closer, running out of time. Mischief Joke is still in front. Mischief Joke, Antonio Venice. Mischief Joke wins the Regal Park.
All right, Scotty, I'm going to share your screen here.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. All right, that's the starter view, you guys. And so essentially what we've done is we've just simplified it for people that are new, right? So we wanted to make it easy so they didn't have to think about SOR and GSR and all that. But this is what I was talking about. Like if you look at this race here at Gulfstream Park coming up, look, the one horse is in 8 races on the dirt, won 4 of them, right? You can see 50%, 33% here. Like, so you can see the win percentage of how you can see all the different surfaces over here. And so when you look, you know, pretty much everything these horses have done has been on the dirt. But I can tell you also on straightaways here, we talked about this. Outside posts don't do well. So we'll get rid of this horse. You'll get rid of this horse. This one doesn't look very good. Get rid of the 5. We can narrow it down, the races between these horses. And now you can look here and just go, okay, well, maybe if the 7 horses and all that, maybe this 1 horse, English Bob, is a contender. I can tell you the 1 and 2 holes win a lot of times. So you could also put the 1 and key the 1 in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd spots.
Very clean interface. Very clean.
Yeah.
It's right. It's super clean. And you know, you got the ticket generator here. You can make your adjustments if you want. It's just like, it's a really cool product. And you can add this here and regenerate. But yeah, you can see the sort buttons. I like them a lot, the way they're a lot easier. But yeah, you can see sort there, we'll sort here. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this 1 horse has won 4 out of 8 races on the dirt. I mean, for a 50% win. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't. What do you guys think about that in comparison to like looking at the, you know, the dollars earned on the dirt and all that? Like, this is a pretty sleek way of looking at something, isn't it?
It is. I mean, and it's like you said, it's good for people that are new to kind of get into it. It's something I would probably use, especially when you get to those races, right, where you can't figure anything out. Maybe this is the simplified way to get something there.
Yeah.
Scotty, I want to make sure you don't forget to bet your single coming up here because it's sitting at 9 to 1.
3. Yep, the 3 horse. What happened over at Aqueduct? Okay, well, you can switch over, Oldy. Thank you.
No problem.
The 11 got second. I know. We got for
No, Aqueduct or Tampa?
Aqueduct.
It won 2-3.
2-3. Okay, the 5 didn't run. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, the chalk was the way to go.
We had a turnover in the football game.
I missed it. What happened?
Lamar had the ball knocked out of his hands in the pocket. Chiefs recovered the fumble.
Guys, Scotty's single is this 3-horse Beastly Speed that's sitting at 8 to 1.
It's going to get beat by the 7 classified.
That's
Ticket
right.
generator
Who's going to
wanted
get beat by the 1 English Bob?
the ticket generator wanted to single the 7, and then it also loved the 3 and the 5 in the first race. So, Oldy, you know, in the pick 6, your single of the 5 would have been a great call.
But I didn't have the 11, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, I got it.
Mark, I don't have the simulated race. That was just a screenshot I sent you. That's not ready yet. But the starter package is what we just showed too. But the simulated race is going to take probably a couple more months. But the algorithm is coming along perfecto. Super excited about the simulated race.
It would be cool if you could add an AI generated race call when you do the simulated race.
Right? Hey, that actually could probably happen, Chris. Actually,
Could we do it with George Carlin's voice though?
Exactly.
No, you probably could, man. You probably could.
No, you could. But imagine how fun it's going to be able to do a show and then run each race.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's going to be fun to watch.
There's 250,000 in the weight pick 4, man. Like, you know, a lot of people jumping back in.
Yep.
But this English Bob has won 50% of the dirt races and is a price play as well, guys. Just so you know.
I like a 1-3 exacta box. Like I'm tossing the favorites. Like I'm not using them. And then I use that in my pick 4. But that's what I played in the pick 6 too. I just played it back.
Yeah. So since he has a question for you here, Scotty, new feature
okay.
request, begging for it. What does it take to add Hong Kong shot 10 track to your?
Yes. Yes.
Believe me, it won't be this year, but it's a possibility for next year for sure. A strong possibility. We've got all of our meat and potato stuff coming, and then we want to go global in a couple of years. So for sure.
And it's
Yeah.
it's
Is
the
it a
data, right,
licensing
Scotty?
problem? Is it a licensing problem, Scotty, or is it just data feeds?
Just data.
Yeah. Figured.
Yeah. Just data. Just getting the data. Getting the data is not going to be a problem. It's just all the work that's involved in creating all those APIs and stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's the data that you're going to get is completely different than what you're getting now.
Completely different than what Equibase gives us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Equibase gives us North America.
Yeah. Then you got to make ends of it, right? And figure out.
All right,
Then
they're in the
you
gate.
would not believe our lines of code. Our lines of code
Yeah.
is in the millions.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They are in the gate. Hey, Gulfstream.
Take care of business is ready. Last two up are Sir Ollie,
Taking care of
outside
business.
for Wildcat.
Come on, 3.
Bird, Wildcat.
I'll take the 1 as well.
Take the outside. It's a field of 9 at 7 furlongs.
Oh
They
yeah,
are
we're gonna get shot.
moving
None
in.
of us are gonna sleep when we have shot 10, you guys, and Australia.
Well, that's because you're on the wrong coast half the time.
And
That's
they're
true
off.
too.
One of the
Oh,
favorites
and
was off well, Sir Ollie, and one of them
The
wasn't
200 horse
classified.
fields.
Sir Ollie's
in
beginning for the
those
early lead with
Australian
English
and
Bob moving through with the
Hong
rails.
Kong
Sporting
races.
Horses Beastly Speeds on the go. Take care of business makes it a party. They're 4
Well,
across
the
course early.
three's
Back from
gonna
there is
get.
Bird, Wildcat,
Oh my
then comes
gosh!
Classify. and Big
Oldy,
Rowdy
I told
Dan
you that
left
6 was
behind
gonna
early. Belts and
like.
Brooks.
I'll be
Down
curious
the
if
back
this
stretch
horse
they go.
is
They're
just
still almost
loaded.
4 in line. In the middle, it's Sir Ollie.
I
On
actually
the
love
inside,
the
English
position
Bob,
of the
and out
9
the center
right now.
goes Mauna Kea bound. Back from there, Beastly Speed together with an improving Bird, Wildcat. Classify between horses. And it's back to Big Rowdy Dan ahead of Take Care of
Your
Business.
6 looks
Still well
loaded.
back at this stage, Belts and Brooks. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. 3 furlongs to go. From the inside, Sir Ollie now puts away English Bob. Mauna Kea bound clings to him from second. Bird Wildcat and those white blinkers on the outside third from Classify, who's now 4th. English Bob retreats
3
to be
is
5th.
not
That's all
gonna
for
run, you
Beastly
guys.
Speed. Nobody running home much from the
Here comes
back.
the
It's
7 and the
25
9.
2.5 mile. Mauna
Wow,
Kea
7
bound giving
is
Sir
loaded.
Ollie all he
Oh,
wanted.
bad. Couldn't
Classified
get
tried
through
for a
there.
hold, didn't get through. Down the center and Bird Wildcat.
Oh, now
They
leveled
straighten
out.
through the drive, an eighth of a mile remains. Sir
9
Ollie is
running
very
big,
game. Mauna
Oldy.
Kea bound and on the outside, Bird
9's
Wildcat.
gone.
Here comes Bird Wildcat after the inside.
Oh,
Here's
Left
Sir Ollie.
1.
In the middle, it's Mauna Kea bound. Bird
I told you guys
Wildcat
about this
surging
9.
forward
You
now.
did.
Bird
And that's
Wildcat.
not my
did.
single
front.
tonight.
Mauna Kea
Now if
bound
we
is
go
second. Sir
9-9,
Ollie
I'm
ran
in
third.
business.
4th is
You
English
mentioned
Bob.
in the
this,
late
for
pick
sure.
4 and 2.
Too many second places.
Guys, have you noticed this weekend how many layoff horses have won? I don't know if you've noticed it, but a lot of layoff horses have won.
Well, I would expect that you would recognize that because you don't like layoff horses, right?
No, not really a big fan of layoff horses.
I'm right
But
there.
you know,
with you.
on the bigger
Got some of my
days,
guys
you
at the
see
ranch.
those layoff horses run better too. At least I feel like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Anita race 2 coming up here. Do we want to take a look at a pick 4 or something here?
Sure.
I'm
And
just gonna
Scotty,
put in
I wanted to ask you what your thoughts are on the future for California racing because it doesn't look too good.
I think they're going to find a way to make it work. You know, it's just going to be, you know, Los Al will be gone one day when
Are they going to run quarter horse? Where are they going to run quarter horse in California?
I don't know, but
They're not. Quarter horses are all going to Kentucky. That track in Kentucky will open up later this year and into 25, and they'll have $700,000-800,000 a day in purses. They'll run.
You think
Yeah. I think the owner of Los Al has already gifted that that property to his church. Now, I don't think they're going to keep horse racing going. So
No, there's a whole master plan for what happens when the good doctor goes.
yeah. Yeah, when Doc Allred passes, I mean, he's up there, but he's still going, but he is up there and he loves racing. It keeps him young. But I think Santa Anita is going to figure things out. I do. You know, the property, the scary part about that is, luckily Belinda Stronach is into horse racing. She loves horse racing. But if you take just the property of Gulfstream Park and you take that property of Santa Anita, holy hell.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's prime real
They
estate.
have to figure out a way to get out from under the $6 million that they're underwater in the purse account for Del Mar and Santa Anita. And
what's the problem of that? Like, why has that happened?
The problem is that all of the purse money comes from takeout. So there are less people betting on those races, and you don't have enough money. So when they forecast it, they forecast on the good end, and then they end up on the bad end because their takeout's too high and people don't wager on it. I mean, the fact that their turf pick 3 is at 25% or 4% or whatever it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, so the takeout's so high to fund the purses. I mean, they can fund the purses in other ways, right? So
no, wait, how? What other ways? There's no other way. No other way to make money there.
I mean, there has to be. I mean, can they not do it through gaming somehow?
No.
The only way they can do anything is they will have to make a deal with the Indians. The Indians control all of the gaming.
Everything.
That's the reason why
so that's the same way it is up here too, right? In Washington State, to be honest with you, that is how it works. Like, and I'm not. I mean, look at Emerald. You know, is owned by the tribe. So I mean, yeah.
But they just have to figure out. I mean, there's a lot of politics involved in this as well, right? Because the Florida model is stuck, right? So the hub and spoke model on how sports betting works, where as long as you're in the state, but all the bets take place on tribe land, that is something that California should look at. But you're going to need the governor, and it's a mess.
Well, and then even if they do that, what incentive is it for the tribe to share that money with horse racing?
None.
Other than just from a gaming perspective, like, I mean,
well,
there's
one faction of the thoroughbred owners in California that would also like to go and try getting the historical racing. Because if you did that, then you wouldn't need the tribe, and you could just put those at Santa Anita.
Do you feel like you'd have to still cut a deal with the tribe though to do that?
Probably. You're gonna any plan that doesn't include the Indians, you're gonna need a new plan.
Yeah, man. Like up here, you can play sports only in the any sports books are in the Indian casino. It's like nothing online. It's like sport horses. That's it, right? So,
guys, the margins in horse racing that they're all splitting and sharing are so small. I've been learning a lot about that lately, and I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty brutal. Like, you think that these ADWs are making all this money, and they're not.
Well, Lamar Jackson just caught his own pass and ran for 12 yards. The ball was batted down. He grabbed it and then ran.
Nice.
You don't see that too often.
It's a good segue right there, Chris. Straight into football. It was seamless.
Mm-hmm.
Oldy, did Santa Anita go?
They have not yet.
That's
what I'm doing there.
I didn't have an opinion, so
I think it's really chalky. All right, so they're going in the gate right now.
I didn't love it. I kind of looked, and I started to look a little bit at Golden Gate, so I might look a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks on paper very, very chalky. This Santa Anita, you could easily play 1-4, 4-5 all as your for $9 as your pick 4.
Scotty, when this race is over, you'll have to tell us how Galicia's Spirit is going.
And they're off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Shaver
And your other
and
horse
Barack's
had to
Reflection, the
scratch
first
because it
two
went
out.
off the turn.
No
too.
Show
Yeah.
Jones, Twilight Moon at the rail in fourth, and Puddinhead Jones at the back of the field. They move into the first turn, and Barack's Reflection speeds off now to lead it by almost a length. No Show Jones at the rail, and then another 3/4. Billy
Great
Joe
horse
Shaver
names in
in
this
third.
race. Billy Joe
Twilight Moon is
Shaver,
settled in fourth, 4 off
Puddinhead
the lead,
Jones,
2 clear of Puddinhead Jones.
No Show
They
Jones.
swing on to the backstretch behind Barack's Reflection. In front, a length and a half. No Show Jones, Billy Joe Shaver head and head. 2 more back to Twilight Moon, who's followed by Puddinhead Jones. 5 lengths now covers the field. Barack's Reflection takes them past the half-mile pole.
If you're calling a race and you see that
Leading by
list of
about a length
names,
and a half now. No Show Jones is racing in
are
second,
you
and
thinking,
there's a
what the
sudden
heck are
move
these
from
guys trying to do
Twilight
to me?
Moon. And just like that, Twilight Moon comes through the inside and is second. Billy Joe Shaver on the outside. No Show Jones is back to fifth. Puddinhead Jones went by that rival. Approaching the quarter pole, Barack's Reflection narrowly. Billy Joe Shaver
I don't know
on
that
the
they're going to get to
outside.
this 5.
Twilight Moon is in third, pushed along now as they reach
see.
the top of the stretch. Barack's
6 might have-
Reflection
4 might have it.
confronted by Billy Joe Shaver. They pass the 8th pole. Barack's Reflection. Billy Joe Shaver trying to get by. Barack's Reflection
not.
hanging tough under Armando Ayuso and opens up a length and a half once again. It's Barack's Reflection turning them all away, scoring by a length and 3/4. Billy Joe Shaver, Twilight Moon, and Puddinhead Jones.
Wow, I mean that's a big upset, really, because the the 1 and the 4 were such big odds, but or low odds. But what is interesting, guys, is the EquinEdge morning line on that 5 horse. It was 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Went off at 6-1. Was top pace by not a lot,
little
but that was still top pace. And the 1 just didn't go, and then made a weird middle move instead of going at the beginning when it would have mattered.
Yeah.
Scotty, what tournament are you playing today?
I'm playing. I mean, I'm pretty much out of it. I'll throw some long shots in there because it's a live tournament, but it's a 20,000 guaranteed Sunday live tournament. That's all.
Here it is. I found it.
Yeah. And I'm
Tampa race 1 or race 8 coming up here.
Tampa race 8. I've got the 5 horse and the 1 on another ticket.
I could see the long shot here. This used to be a Van Winkle horse. This 4 horse likes to win, is tactical.
I'll tell you, the one thing I've seen that we have seen with this 1 horse is that when it gets the lead, it can be very, very tough. So, the one could be tough, and if they do go fast up front, if the 8 decides to go, which it probably will. The other thing you have to consider too, like when you're looking at some of these speed horses, look to see if these horses do they break well? Are they a little slow out of the gate?
Yeah.
Well, we can see the 1 horse is going to break flying out of the gate. The 8's not a bad breaker, but it does have to break from the outside of the post. And then you've got the 4 that's got to be close to the pace most likely as well, which means that you're guaranteed. This is where you look at and you go, you are guaranteed a pace. So now that leaves us with the 3, 5, 6, and 7. That's what it leaves us with. So the truth is, the 5 horse should get in the money, at least be in the money. So if you are betting, I don't know who's going to win the race, but I would suggest the 5 horse, the EquinEdge long shot's likely to be in the money.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that too. There's a lot of similarly paced horses, and this 3 horse could be running late and could get the perfect setup here.
Good. The 3 could. Absolutely. And there's no doubt about it. Like, it's hard to see that on paper, but I mean, this 10-year-old's had 69 lifetime races and has won like 9% of them, but been in the money. Looks like 30%, 31 times out of 69. I mean, that's 40% in the money is pretty incredible. So yeah, and maybe you can get rid of because of the lack of class, you could get rid of the 7. So, but what about the 6 horse? This 6 could be sitting in the garden spot, second off the layoff and facing easier horses here. That's the horse that could be in the money for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, there's nothing wrong with maybe going, you know what, I'm going to throw out the 1, 4, and 8 because they all see there's going to be a lot of pace. And then I'm just going to throw in the 3, 5, and 6 exacta box. I mean, why not? Or it's going to come down to betting, but I think the 5 will be in the money.
No, and that's a good point there, right? Because if you take those 3 in an exacta, you're going to get paid.
Yeah, the 4 looks tactical to me. I think he looks tough. I think that the 3 and the 5 and the 6 could end up in the money there. But I would probably, unfortunately, think
3
that
could be a
the
price.
4 is going to be on top.
3 could run good here. I mean, I'm leaning towards the EquinEdge long shot because of its form. It won last time out. But the thing about this horse, it is moving up in class. So
why not the 4 over all the bombs in a try?
Well, the reason the 4 looks tough in here is because the 4 can rate, but it does need to be near the pace, and there's going to be a fast pace. Look at the 1 horse. The 1 is not only EquinEdge's second pick, second top win percentage, very good GSR, but it's 9-5 on the EquinEdge morning line.
Yep.
Where'd that come from?
First off, the claim 11%. Getting and let me tell you one other place it's coming from. It's getting the apprentice weight break there.
Oh yeah, it sure is getting 112 pounds there. Yeah. I mean,
they are loading into the gate.
The 1, this is a fun race, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, I got the sound going.
Hey, Chris.
Can you hear Oldy?
It was there for a second. It disappeared.
Not talking.
Yeah, this is a fun
the
race.
2's a little interesting here too. It's coming from Mountaineer, and it's switching to a 0% trainer. But it has some good.
Let's see how fast the 1, 4, and 8 go. Ooh.
Okay, how about we don't run into the gate, guys?
Yeah. Ooh, 3 is fractious.
We're the 3.
Sorry, I had to go get something to eat. I was like starving.
That's okay.
They don't back him out of the gate at Tampa.
There goes the 1.
5's up on it. The 4 is going to sit a little bit.
And the 4 just wasn't fast enough.
Now he's gonna probably have to find a gap.
About that, maybe. The 4 is not exactly in a great position. Like they are dueling. If this doesn't set it up for, I mean, the 3 was fractious in the gate, so I don't know.
3's coming though. 7.
3. I mean, where the 6 horse? Here's the 6.
1's looking dangerous though.
Here's the 6.
Chris, what happened in the football game? Did Baltimore just stop Kansas City?
Look at the 6. Look at the 6. Come on, 6. Beat this 4.
Get up, 6.
Come
11
on,
to
6. Beat this 4.
Oh,
Get up.
4.
Get up.
No.
Oh,
4.
3 didn't quite get up either. If the 3 would have gotten up there. Nope.
Oh, man.
1 hung on.
That's brutal.
Terrence, that's awesome. We appreciate that.
Justin and I had a whole show a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, Terrence.
Full of second places.
Yeah, that I remember that, Chris.
No. And it was all great horses that
that
were
three,
beating
you
us.
guys. Not the three, the 6 horse. I needed that 6 to beat the 4.
All right, we got first race at Golden Gate coming up.
How many
Justin,
horses?
what are you thinking about here at Golden Gate?
I don't know. I might play the pick 4 instead because I didn't finish looking at it. I do like the 5 in race 2 though, as a single. Her's a big girl. I think that, I know the one's going to be out there. He's going to be questionable about the pace. They're both, I think the race is between the 1 and 5, but I do think the 5 has a shot. I don't just think the 1's a lock.
Guys, Golden Gate's been on fire. The last 16 races, the win percentages won 10 of them.
Wow. Yeah. So I'll probably the pick 5, Oldy. There's some big favorites in here, so I wasn't really sure, to be honest. I didn't love it, like just from a sequence standpoint, but I probably will play the pick 4 just because I do like the 5 in that race too.
Yeah, so
thank you, Terrence, by the way.
I could see the long shot here. Just based on pace. The 2 has a similar win going 8 furlongs on synthetic to the 4 who's the favorite against 46s. I think that the 4 likes to be closer to the pace. So the 2 could sit right off this with 5 other horses who really want to be close to the lead and possibly get a perfect trip here.
No, I was spread in this leg.
I think 1's going gate to wire.
Scotty's 1 going gate to wire, sure, Linda.
And I'll tell you why. The only other speed in the race that can go with that horse is the 5 horse, and that horse is a terrible breaker. And so that's why, and the 1's on the rail, the 1's sending. And it's 8-5 on the EquinEdge morning line. Top EquinEdge pick. I think the 1's a single.
I'm going to take a flyer on the 2 coming late there.
Usually horses, Oldie, on the synthetic, they can come from behind, but okay, I take that back because there's not a lot of speed in this race. But usually the lowest pace number, if you look historically at EquinEdge, the lowest pace number does not win very often.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe that's something we need to track too. Is that gives you something else to throw out.
Yeah.
And anytime you can throw out a horse or multiple horses in a leg that might be getting bad.
Huge. Yeah. Aqueduct race number 10. I've
on the 3. Hold on. Let's see. Got a minute or 2, it looks like, before they.
I have the 3 horse at Aqueduct 10.
16% second pick for Rob Atras. Big drop in class. I could see it. 9-2.
Took a flyer.
Looks like Frankie 888 did as well.
2 minutes to Gulfstream.
We'll get there. We're all good here. Golden Gate. We're gonna switch here. We're gonna turn the sound on. We're going full screen.
Day morning at Golden Gate Fields. A little bit of a scrambled start for Panther Girl. It's Shara Linda who spins out for the front end and gets out to about the 3 path. Jazzy Love is up the inside, taking that inside running lane.
I did not think the two would be this
Girl
close,
the
nor
outside.
did I want the two this close.
Girl is in third, a joint third with Jazzy Love, then a length back to Running Luck and Pandemic.
Remember how I was telling you guys the
About
5 is a
5.5
slow,
lengths
a
off
bad
the lead.
breaker? Look at
6
he's in
hours
last.
to go in the opener.
You see,
and
that's the note you
Cheryl
should put on the
calling
horse
shots to the
too.
front end, has a lead
That
by a length
it
and a
had
half.
that kind of trip because
Stein's
of.
Girl
But
races
that's
in
exactly
second.
why one of the reasons why I
Goro,
thought maybe the
both
one
lickers
was
towards the
even going to
inside
be
in third.
even
Jazzy
tougher
Love
because of
backs off
that.
the pace in
There's so
fourth,
many
5.5
different
off
factors you
the
can look
lead.
at in the
A
race.
half length to Running Luck and
My
Pandemic
notes have a
Girl
lot of
will try
profanity
and
in
come
them.
through a crevice in between horses. And
Yeah, usually
field's
probably
covered by
swearing
about
at me,
4.5
but
We can't
lengths.
share your notes,
Less than a
Chris.
half mile to go. Shira Linda, Stein's Girl outside in second. Gregoro's in
what is the
third.
jockey
And look
doing?
at the
Pandemic
5.
Girl,
It's not like the
Scotty
5 ran a
McKeever
bad
in
race, but
fourth
look
to the inside
because of all
Running
that.
Luck will be widest around that far turn. And Jazzy Love has been shuffled back to the tail.
This race is between the 1 and the 3.
2.5 furlongs to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 3 looks like he has horse.
Gregoro, right behind the leaders in third. And then it's Jazzy Love is attempting to re-rally in fourth as they turn into the stretch. Stein's Girl taking it to Shira Linda. Gregoro
There,
switching.
the 3 got out.
Drive. And then in fourth, it's Jazzy Love. 1 furlong to go. Stein's Girl has the lead. Gregoro.
3
Well,
getting
not
out.
going
let me
all
tell
the
you,
way without a
if
fight.
that's,
And those two clash for the lead.
if that
Stein's
Well,
one
of
Girl,
course, game,
Gregoro.
but
Here's the winning
If that
line.
one
Pretty
couldn't
And
win,
it's
good
a
horse
head
race. If
bob
that
for
one couldn't
between
win that race
Gregoro
and had to settle
and
for fourth,
Stein's Girl close for third. Jazzy
you
Love.
can
or
never
Shira
make a bet
Linda.
on that horse ever.
Yesterday, Oldy had Golden Gate up. Didn't have the sound on, but had the sound on for Oakland. So that was kind of awkward.
yeah.
It was Ginnerman. It was with Golden Gate horses running.
We just wanted him to say Dick Best again.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so my 9 got that down to 7-1 here at Gulfstream. They are off at Aqueduct. The 3 is on the lead. Went off at 3-1.
In between horses now. The 2 is on the lead actually at 21-1.
Yeah, you're right.
And the 8 horse is on the outside and 3's in between horses. And not looking very now had to check back. So 3
Yeah.
starts close.
So Wiz, are you drinking with the show? Yes, I just poured my first one.
I spread in this race. I like the 4 and 11 in the next race, but Oldy, here at Gulfstream. So in the last race, you talked about that 9 horse that might run,
Yep.
right? And then you were going to single here. So you still like your 9 horse?
I singled it in the pick 4. Yes.
So I agree with you a lot on this horse because, I think it's going to sit a good trip. Jaramillo is going to be like flying
The
it, right?
horses are
I mean,
approaching
is
the
my
starting gate.
guess.
1 minute.
But Tyler could sit a really good trip here still. Kind of interesting handicap, right? It's a good conditioned race. I felt like the 9 horse gets back to going long on the Topeta track, which it did last out, right? And ran really well in the 62. So I think could improve here. Because, some of these horses have won a lot, but I think that the 9 horse, I agree with you though. I think could run well here.
Yeah, and
like
I
the fact
think
that
for a try, the 6 is getting bet pretty hard. I think you could use the 6 underneath here. You could use the 4 underneath here. I don't understand why the 3 is getting bet, but the 1 is definitely a threat to go gate to wire here or end up underneath.
The 4, the win percent's massive. The GSR increases too, but Luke, not even the favorite. The 6 horse looks like it's going to go off as the favorite. So
the 6 horse is a
Horses
grade 1
It's
winner.
now
The
post
4
time.
did beat the 6
Lining up and moving in.
last
Race
time
number
out, but
9
had a
is the feature
significant
today, the City of
weight
Light
advantage
starter
then and
handicap.
does not now.
9-5 on Conglomerate.
Guys, 6 horses
3-1.
the horse to beat in this race.
By the W.
I just don't know if I'm with you. I just don't know if I see it. Like,
I had the 4, 5, 6 here. Is what I had.
If they were all 123, I would agree with you.
Animal.
I think you're getting even just a great.
Going to beat the 4 or 9.
Edwin Gonzalez.
I think even the 3, 6 minus with Irad is a legit shot here.
Posed. And they're off.
I think we haven't talked about the 5 yet
either. Call. Fly the W has some tactical foot moving at the rail. That's the best distance on the go. Out in the center comes Country Flats as they pass the wire the first time. Racecraft joins the top flight. In fact, he'll back off to land third. On the far outside goes
exactly
Spirit
where I
Animal
wanted
ahead
to be
of
on
6
the
minus, then Conglomerate.
Right
the early trailer is Bryce Canyon. Around the clubhouse turn they go. The best distance settles in on a nice beat up top, leads by 2. On the inside, Racecraft is a joint second. For company on his outside is Country Flats. And it's another 2 back to Fly the W, well positioned in the early stages here. On his outside is Spirit Animal. 6 minus is next in front of Conglomerate. The favorites in the pink and black colors second last, and 5 ahead of the trailer, Bryce Canyon. 23 and 4 for the opening quarter. It's not quick. It's not slow either. The leader is still on top. The leader by the best distance at 22-1 by a length and a half. Second is Country Flats. Racecraft along the rail third. Fly the W is there fourth, followed fifth by
it's a good shot there. What the
only 6
turf
lengths
course
off
used
the
to
lead.
look like.
Back to the inside. Moving up a bit now is 6 minus together with Conglomerate. Still at the back is Bryce Canyon. Around the far turn they go. 3/8 of a mile remains. The best distance still the target. Country Flats second. Racecraft under pressure third. Fly the W begins to circle horses on the outside. On his back is Spirit Animal. Conglomerate's underway. 6 minus needs to do better than that as they reach the top of the stretch. Fly the W making a bold bid for the lead. Conglomerate's on his back. With the lead, the best distance off the turn in the stretch drive. Here's Fly the W taking down outside of Spirit Animal. They come past the pole. Fly the W needs to pin his ears. He's under siege here. From between horses, it's Spirit Animal. On the outside, Conglomerate. Fly the W. Game. Right alongside Spirit Animal. Conglomerate over the top.
Six over the top.
I think the 10 won the race,
Animal
man.
in the middle and
no, I think 6 got it at the wire.
Fly the W has to settle for third today.
I'm calling 10, but if you have the 6, I wish you luck.
I had the 6. I got knocked out last race.
If you look at this horse's PPs, it's amazing that this 10 horse went off at 10-1. Honestly, like looks really great on paper.
The 1%er.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's really close.
Insanely close.
The head bob, the 6's head was in front, but the head bob goes to the 10. That's a.
I thought it was 10 when we first watched it. It still looked like 10 there.
This will be a better view here.
This is so close, man.
Can't tell.
The 6 never passed the 10.
No, that view is not good. That view.
No, that view sucks.
No, that's a 10, man. The 6 never got passed.
No, that view's not. That's a bad angle.
I agree with Scotty. That view sucks.
That's not a good view.
I didn't, man. Yeah, 10.
10.
So make a note on the 6, F and hanger.
Well, the 4 was even game
was
on
also
the
carrying
inside.
100.
In the
The
picture,
6 was carrying 127 pounds.
Oh, nice going, Rory.
Second.
Good job, Rory.
By the W, third.
Nice.
9. Chantry Flats finish fourth.
Well, as we expected, this pick 6 was going to pay a lot if you could figure it out.
I'll be right back.
I wasn't even close, really. I guess. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, we knew it was hard.
Yeah,
I needed that 6 so I could go 5 for 6 and not get anything. You get paid the same with 4 for 6 or 3 for 6 as you do for 5 for 6.
Yeah, I mean, you might be looking at, depending on how the last 2 legs go, you might be looking at 100K or more as the payout.
Oldy, I mean, this is going to pay gigantic, man.
Yeah.
I mean, with all of the prices and just, I mean, the 5 won the first race, so that obviously helped. But
right,
I would say, yeah. I mean, I would assume minimum 50,000s, but I think we got to see what happens here in the next race, obviously too. But this looks like an amazing betting race in race 10. So
Yeah, great. Yeah, so let's look here. I mean, the last two races, you have a $24 horse, a $19 horse, and then you're going to get another $24 horse here in race 9.
maybe, yes, I think it's possible.
Well, no, you.
Oh,
in race
here,
9, you
yeah.
did.
Yes, yeah. No, I know. And then even in the next race too, man. That's what I mean. Yeah. I'll be curious what the 4 opens up here as, and the 11. Those are the 2 that I used. And I'm definitely going to play. Sprint and 5 on the turf is going to be. It'll be a great race.
I mean, look at the morning line on this. The favorite on this next race on the morning line is 7-2.
I know that flag. That's a flag that's coming back for holding, I would guess, Chris.
Yes, it did come back.
Yeah. Okay. You might be a little bit ahead of me.
That's rare. I'm usually well behind.
I mean, TV.
Yeah, that's true. You're usually watching sports from the past.
Yeah, I usually am. All right, got a few minutes to set, Anita. Got a turf race.
Yeah, turf race, maidens. 4 is a heavy favorite here.
There was a groom killed at Oaklawn.
Today?
No, well, he died today. I think 2 or 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, he was at the Gap, and there was, I think, a loose horse, and it ran right into him. He ended up with a pretty bad head injury.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also a exercise rider at Santa Anita who, I don't know if he passed away, but was injured as well? Serious.
I haven't read about anything that lately, but it wouldn't be surprising.
So, my audio went out for a second, guys.
No, it should be more holding here. He knows it.
All right, we're waiting for Scotty to come back here. Santa Anita race 3. Do we like this 4-horse second-time starter? Obviously, we don't like the price at 4-5. But the morning line loves it. The win percentage, the first pick.
Well, I mean, it comes out of that race at Keeneland, Oldy, and, first out looks to be probably fit, ready to go. I had the video up here on the side. I was trying to look at the horse, but, I mean, she started late, now 4-year-old. So these are late mares, right, in this main special weight race. So
4 to 5 years old. This is probably one of the weaker bunches that you'll find.
It's interesting. It still shows up as a potentially 52 SOR, and that is probably being driven by that 4-horse predominantly. The 6, the long shot Oldie did run well last out. I mean, not a great trainer. Franco rides. The horse really did improve on turf there, and the GSR said that, but now goes to churn. So I think that was the other place that I looked. And then you have the 3 and the 2. So
I thought this horse was a little interesting. The 5.
Yeah.
With Mullins and Barrios.
That's where I would go as well. It was either going to be the 5 or the Leonard Powell horse, the 1, but he didn't put any other jock up here. He's putting Herrera up here, which I don't like.
Look at what happened with this horse first time out with Mullins after it was switched to his barn.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we've gone over the Mullins stuff. You've seen the social media pictures.
Yeah. And
Pump you up.
The 2 is 0 for 13. I don't see any reason why it gets here this time.
No. If I will tell you though, Oldy, in a race like this is where the 2 could win. You know, a lot of these turns into jockey moves and things like that.
Terrence, you can, excuse me, guys. Terrence, you can actually, if you click on the bell here on YouTube, you can follow our channel and you'll get notifications on shows, right?
Generally, Terrence, we're on here on Saturdays.
Typically Saturday around 2 p.m. Eastern, unless there's a special event for reason we would be on earlier or later as well. You know, special event like today where you have the mandatory payout at Gulfstream.
And don't forget the classes, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights.
I'm on the 4 and the 6 here at Santa Anita. Oldy, they're about to go. They just went.
I'm getting it.
They're off to a clean start. No, never is going out for the early lead. Mirari matches stride.
You guys hearing that with a...
One of you has to turn off your screen.
Golden Skyline fit, 5 off them, and Dancing Mo trails. So
it's not, Chris, might be on your end.
No, never.
I haven't done anything different.
Through the opening quarter mile.
Oh, it's the coast to coast.
2 back to
I made a mistake. I left the Gulfstream feed on.
Claypool in the
Oh, that's right.
4 more to Golden
It was bound to happen.
Who's 2 in front of Dancing Mo. Mirari has opened up a length. No, never. In second, Bolts Broad on the inside, moving up willingly third, and then comes Lady Claypool, now 3 off them. Golden Skyline and Dancing Mo together at the back. Mirari, Kazushi Kimura take them into the far turn with a 2-length lead over No, Never, and Bolts Broad, who are right together.
I feel like that horse needs a neigh in the middle
off them. Followed by Golden Skyline and Dancing Mo.
5's gonna get him.
Coming to the quarter pole.
No. Come on, 6. Come on, 6. Yeah, you're so wide.
Dancing Mo wide.
4, 6.
Try to rat his way out on the 5.
And Mirari tries to sprint.
Come on, 4, 6. Get up, 6. Come on, 4.
You cannot do the IRAD in California.
Get up, 6. Get up, 6. Get up. Get up!
Runs away
Get up!
Nope.
Get up!
Yeah, you got it.
Was it 4, 6?
Yeah.
6.
We played that cold, man.
Golden Skyline.
Woo. That's good.
I threw it in
that
the
was probably
chat,
your single in the cross country or coast to coast. I mean,
What was it about the 6 horse? What was it about the 6 horse you liked, Justin?
Well, I thought the 4 was the horse to beat. I really did, just setting the lead. But I thought from the 6 horse, it was the long shot and was stretching out to 2 turns, but the GSR dropped a little bit. But it ran that 54 maiden special last out, and it had been on the rail both the times previously.
Yeah.
So it was just not a great race. And I thought the 4, the favorite, was the favorite, and the 6 would get a good trip coming off the speed. I don't know. We'll have to see if the 6. It was so close.
No, 6 for sure got
6
second.
for sure.
And you see a lot of those combos where you get
and Scotty, and I always give him kudos. Like, and you all know that. And Bruno was on yesterday, and this horse was working well. It had a 3-star work, and everybody was working fine. But I thought in a bad field with a pace like that this is the horse that could run second at a price, and was the long shot shot too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And
I don't give the long shot as much credit in shorter fields because it has to have a long shot. It has to choose one. It's not that it's not good. Obviously, I love the EquinEdge long shot, but I just don't. I look at other factors, not just that it's the EquinEdge long shot in short fields.
Rodney, I love it, brother, and I'm glad you're here. 43.60.
Wow.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I'm assuming, Justin, knowing you didn't play it for $2.
No, I played it. I played it for $12.
Nice.
all right. Good hit. By the way, that segment with Bruno yesterday was a heck of a lot of fun.
Bruno's a character.
Oh, he is. one of the all-time track characters for sure.
Yeah.
But in a race like that, that's where I look for a horse to be working well. You know, a lot of, as I say, I talk about it in the coaching class too, like a lot of losers and horses that are not running. And that horse was only raced 8 times, right? And it had a great shot to improve. I thought it was just be tough for the favorite, right? Yeah. But, you know, and in getting back, you know, out to 2 turns there. And again, the big thing, Scotty, too, even though it came late last time, but it ran on well in a tough maiden special. So it nearly won a 42 on the dirt. So that was just a tough race and a horse that like a price to get up.
2180's beautiful for $1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And 7130 for the trifecta. In a short field like that, that's a beautiful trifecta. Look at that.
Look at the super paid. The super paid 44 for a dime too.
It's insane. Insane.
I want to call everybody's attention to top GSR, top win percentage, sitting at 8-1 at Tampa in the 2 minutes to post here. Second time starter.
What's the only we got 3 minutes. Okay, so you're who are we talking? I didn't look here, so I'm gonna look right now.
The top GSR top win percentage is currently sitting at 9-1 right now.
This is the last race, right, at Tampa.
Yep, at Tampa. Huge.
The get out. The get out. Oh man.
Huge difference in GSR. Granted, these guys are only 3% together in 31 races.
Justin,
the get out of Bennett and Camacho there.
The get out is Tampa is climbing the stairs up the grandstand of the poker room.
No, hey, I hope to do that someday with you, man. To be honest, like that would be fun.
And then the top pick is at 6-1, which you don't see very often. Top win and top pick at those kind of prices.
I mean, this is similar to the race. It's obviously a much bigger field. You know, the 4-horse Oldy too is adding blinkers, so I would expect this horse to show some amount of more speed after last out not breaking. It just didn't break well. So, I mean, the horse really could improve, which is what the win percent's saying. And for a GSR, like I'm with you here. I think this horse is going to run well.
Yeah, I'm taking a shot on this horse.
Taking a shot on who? The 4?
On the 4.
Yeah, at Tampa. I think the 3-horse is the lukewarm favorite, is a little bit interesting. The 2-horse is taking money as the long shot. So, you know, has Diaz riding. Camacho gets off the 4 to ride the 3 for Bennett, but that's the only knock on the 4 is picks up this jock, Oldy. My gosh.
Well, and the 6 is the second time starter, is your second pick, but it's dropping in GSR. You know, yeah, the 3 has Camacho and Bennett. And it's a second time starter. Second best GSR. And
the 3 was best gelded too, by the way.
That's painful. I read that, and I
Lasix on, off dirt, on turf, distance, and just gelded. That's as much as you can get in the changes spot.
I mean, that's the full meal deal, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Blinkers, it isn't off a claim. You could get more in there. Maybe it won't fit, but you could.
What about the 1? I mean,
yeah, I was thinking about the 1 too. Charlie.
I mean, it does have the experience, and you're getting an amazing price. It would be one of the. gonna be on the rail, which is fine. It ran on the rail on the dirt going 2 turns in a 38 and ran second in a 7-horse field. So I know the horse didn't run last out, but it's getting back to 2 turns. It probably prefers dirt, obviously, but I don't know. I mean,
I can't get past the 21 lengths last out.
yeah, I mean,
So we got Scotty back. So Scotty, the top win percentage, top GSR in the last at Tampa is sitting at 9-1.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oldy, I think it's that horse has a good shot. I mean, this is a very the 2's taking a lot of money as the long shot.
Getting blinkers and Lasix.
Kathleen O'Connell has the 2 horse, 13% with Diaz. So 8's taking money as a big price as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible coming over from Gulfstream, first time on the turf.
When I see situations like this, I just try to look at who the favorite is and see if I think they're all that. There's no way to know on the 3. 3 doesn't look all that great, and it's the betting favorite.
I'm playing the 1 and the 4, just for a couple bucks. Just I'm gonna play
Scotty, that was the name we were going to give you if you had won the Pegasus yesterday. Your new title would have been Legendary Beast.
Oh, I know.
You'll get it one day.
Well, hopefully I'll get back on a roll.
Just get ready for NHC.
I'm getting better at the mythical. I'm definitely getting better at the mythical for sure. The 1 is an interesting horse for sure at 7-1 in a wide open race because you can't really see it on paper. The fact that it's the EquinEdge top pick says a lot, but I don't like the GSR drop. I don't know. Mixed feelings.
We talked about the same thing right before you came back, Scotty. We couldn't get over the GSR drop and the 21 lengths beaten last race.
But I'm boxing it with the 4. That's it's gonna the odds are great. 8-1 and a 9-1.
Come on, 4 one time.
Hard 4.
You want me to do sound?
Oh,
I got it.
Away a step slow.
Broke terrible.
Skylane from the inside got away.
1 gets an easy lead.
Place Legendary Beast up with the front vanguard, as is Magnus Effect, as is D Buckaroo. It's going to be Skylane, who's just in front, but trying to work over from the outside. Magnus Effect, and between them is D Buckaroo.
Maybe not easy.
Of course, they're a length and a half in front of Iconic Rock, who settles back 4th. The top 3 go pretty quickly here. Up on the outside, Noble Star.
I don't think the 1 will give in.
Colors is 6 to the inside. Like to have more back to Peyton's Day. Morning Eagle, who had the slow beginning, is an 8.
Wow.
That one.
10-1 on that 1.
22.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Up top.
They went 22 and 2.
It's a bit quick.
Even the 4 did not break, so it'll be interesting here with this pace, though. Come on, 1. Put this 8 away.
2 more then back to Iron Street, Peyton's Day. Morning Eagle also right there in that flight. In between horses having a tap on the brakes there. Legendary Beast, one of the favorites, has now dropped out to last. Passed by.
Come on, 4.
47-2 for the opening half-mile time. 3 furlongs left to go. On the front end, Skylane, Magnus. Here's Noble Star joining them out 3 deep. Noble Star coming after the leaders. 4 lengths then back to Buckaroo. Iron Street's trying to wind up.
He pumping on the 4 too. God, look at all these prices.
Star grabs the lead at the top of the stretch. Magnus Effect back to
There'll be a super high 5 carryover going into Wednesday at Tampa.
Oh, the 8. Look at the 6.
2-1.
The 7's loaded, but just no. Who's flying the 5?
Boy, 9s have been wild today.
Yep.
They have been.
Well, it was a price. We knew like that race was wide open. Wow.
I'll
be
down.
Golden Gate here, Justin. You like the horse?
I'm playing against the 1. I played the 5 horse. I think it's between these two, but it's a $30 pick 4. Here I'll share it here.
Okay.
I'll be down at Tampa tomorrow night if anybody's going to be around.
That's what I played in the pick 4, Oldy. I thought you had to make a decision between these two, to be honest. I get the pace number on the 1, but I thought the 5 can probably sit a good trip outside the 1, maybe would be my thought. So we'll see. And then I just added coverage later. So cheap ticket. I mean, $30 was worth a shot. Won't pay a ton if the 5 wins, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think the long shot. I don't think there's enough pace here to bring the long shot in. I mean, this horse walks out of the gate.
Well, the problem is you have a 4-horse field, so there really is never going to be a long shot unless the favorite is 1-9 or something like that.
Well, and the 2 is 9-1, so that's your long shot. But
There was a horse to watch winner, Anthony, over at Fairgrounds. Who was that?
well, I don't have
The
Fairgrounds
4, Gilcrease,
for some reason.
race 7.
In this race, Anthony?
Went off
No.
at 7-2. Top win percent as well. Second EquinEdge pick. Wow, nice.
Off the
Good
layoff.
TSR.
Scotty off the layoff.
Yeah.
Rub it in.
Yeah, but just short. I mean,
Approaching the starting gate.
Guys, let's stick at Gulfstream Park. This is a 4-horse field at Golden Gate.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at this crazy race at Gulfstream, which will probably
I'm
go
on
to
the
the
4
favorite.
and 11, so you all can go. I'm on the 4 and 11 here. That
Justin's
Gulfstream.
on the 4 and the 11. The 1 is your current favorite.
Oldy, you want to share your screen? Here, take it back.
Right. I think I'm showing people. I forgot you were on there. So
I'm on the 1 and 4.
1's your current favorite.
Anthony had that. Nice.
I mean, the 8's not impossible here. Really, nobody's impossible here. That was part of the problem. But the 11, the 12, I thought was a little interesting, running late. And the old man, the 9 here, if he can, if he gets the pace set up, it looks like he could get and could still run. Second off the layoff for Lerman is probably pretty dangerous here. We've talked about all these 9s all day. And Lerman is 18% off the layoff, second time off. So, I mean, I really don't know how I'm going to play this. I do have a note on the second pick that the source never wins, and then it won the next time out. So, for what my notes are worth, I think I was just mad that I played that horse there. But thought Scotty. How about a Scotty pick here?
Well, I'm kind of liking the 2-horse because I think the 8 and 11 are going to go flying. I think the 4-horse, the jockey's probably going to stay near the pace. So you're going to have 4 horses going, and the 2 horses are going to sit a nice trip. And I find it interesting that the horse is 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line. And so I think maybe the 4, 8, and 11 could stop. And we're looking at the 1, 2, 6, 12. I like those horses.
1, 2, 6, 12. Okay.
So maybe like an exacta or trifecta box.
1,
Normally
2,
I would stick with speed, but I think in this situation here, we could see horses closing.
Yeah, and here's the pace situation there for everybody.
Yeah.
The 11 does have a 4-star work, does have a big drop in GSR as well for Cassie. And again, I'm going to tell you, maybe add the 9 in underneath in your trifectas. Would be my thought. All right, let's see. We're at a minute to post here.
Get up, 5. Get up.
All right, we'll go to quad back so Justin can watch the end of the race here.
4-1. The 4 beat the 1.
So the 4 was the long shot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But not really a long shot. Okay.
No, not enough a race like that. I thought the 1 was vulnerable. I went with the 5. Damn it.
Yeah. All right.
I like the speed here, though. I know you guys are going against it, but so it's. I think it's going to be a great turf race, though. I love seeing the 5 furlong on the turf.
I'm gonna figure out a try here. I'm gonna go 11, 12, 9, 6. And if the 1 or the 4 beats me, the 1 or the 4 beats me. All right, we're approaching the gate.
Man, there was almost interception in that game. That was close. 4th down, though. Kansas City dominating.
I mean, these two teams did play earlier in the year, and Baltimore won pretty easily, but
Yeah, playoff experience too is huge, right? I mean,
The horses are stepping on the turf
A lot
course.
of people
and
talking
these
about-
are games Andy Reid, when he was in Philadelphia, would lose. Those conference title games.
yeah. Lamar should have used his feet right there. I mean, he only needed 6 yards and looked like he could have run for it.
Guys, speaking of layoff horses here, I think maybe the 6 horse is very live, and I'll tell you why. I mean, it's had a lot of layoff lines, like 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But its workouts are very steady. And this horse, the GSR dropped to 47, and it still got second place last time out, awful layoff. And now it's getting on the turf. Tyler, EquinEdge's second pick. That horse is tactical as well. I think that 6 horse could be the horse to beat in here.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up, moving in. Race number 10, 7-5 on the rail horse, Famous Gent.
The
In
rail,
line
if I
next
remember
is
correctly,
Bolt Mule,
is a
Spy
tough
Hunters
spot
headed
at 5
forward.
furlongs for horses
Yes.
that doesn't have speed at all.
XY Speed.
It is, Oldy. It's very hard. Like
What is?
being on the inside rail like that,
Portofino
sprinting
waiting his
on the
turn.
turf.
I'm just going to reload the stream here because it's acting up.
Guys, I believe the rail is actually a really good place at 5 furlongs, but not at 5.5, if I remember correctly.
Bay Lounge. 3 more waiting for Shecky Shabazz. Bring the band home.
In
And
the last
highly
18
flammable.
races at Gulfstream going 5
Highly
furlongs,
flammable.
it's
Baca
6%
Lopez to the
on the
outside.
lead on the rail.
On the lead? What do you mean on the lead?
Like up on the front end within 0 to a length, like being up front.
5
So,
furlongs?
They're at the post.
yes. If the horse can rate kind of stock off, it's going to have a better option. So, Scotty, from
And
that perspective,
they're off.
but
Famous Gent
doesn't
off a
break
step
well
low.
now.
From the center, Portofino wins the break and looks for the early advantage. Up on the outside, Bring the Band Home has speed. Splitting horses is Richie, and on the far outside, it's Highly Flammable. The race past the half-mile point, and with the rail advantage, it's Portofino taken on by the
11's
early lead
might be
by an
faster
improving
here.
and now clear leader, Bring the Band Home.
Yep.
Bring the Band Home crosses over ahead of Portofino, Highly Flammable third, Richie fourth. In the 2-path, 5th is Spy Hunter from XY Speed. He's 3 wide. Then it's the gray Famous Jet. He's negotiating some
20 and
traffic
3,
ahead of
Oldy,
Sterling
just
Harmony.
lying,
Then Spy
brother.
Hunter, who's out the back, passed inside by Shecky Shabazz as they run to
Run
the
them
top of
off
the
their
stretch.
feet.
Up front, Bring the Band Home, trying to bring it home. He's 3 on top. Portofino is second. Toward the inside, Richie is now third. Famous
Wow,
Jet,
look
too
at
much
that
to do.
11.
There's an 1/8 of a mile remaining.
Bye-bye.
And Bring the Band
Oh,
Home
the
and
Florgan
Javier
and I'll
Castellano
run second,
clear.
though.
That's
Charging
about
into
the 9.
second, XY Speed. Bring the Band Home in front. XY Speed second, Portofino
55,
third, highly filmable
didn't run
first,
at all. I
fourth,
should have taken
fifth
the
for the high
4.
fives, either Famous
Would have been a
Gent
really
or a
nice
charging
try.
Spy Hunter in 54 and 1.
I should have just win place showed or
Good
played in
call,
exactly
Justin.
with the 11 and the 9.
Thank you. I did have a win bet on the 11, and then I have it in a pick 3. So, I mean, I just thought the speed was going to be tough there. And so the other thing, the 11 was a 4-star work from Bruno
Yep.
Oldy.
Yep.
I mean, Scotty, so that horse had an
Yeah.
amazing work note and was just, I thought the speed was going to be tough. And it was between the 4 and 11. And I would have loved to see the 4 hang on for a second, but.
Yeah, I had that marked so that it comes up next time too. Because, it could, if the horse comes back quickly, there might not be anything but a maintenance work there.
Yeah. Yes.
So, that's what we talked about yesterday on the show, is using the notes function so that the next time the horse comes up or the time after that, you see that this horse was working really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, that 4 staying up killed me there, that the 12 couldn't get up because, I told you guys about that 9, and that 9.
Oldy, I played in my pick 3, brother, and I appreciate you. Like,
but I'm just saying, like,
I would
I
have
hope
not used
somebody,
the 9. The pick
I hope
3
somebody
is
used the 9 in their tries or exactas in the chat or watching the stream.
Yeah,
and got paid.
And then I played it from the the race before. I only had the 1, 3, and 6, so I didn't connect there. I played rolling pick 3, Scotty, and Chris, because the pick 6 is so hard. And I looked at it and I'm like, hey, then like you play rolling pick 3s through it at cheaper tickets, and there's still so much value. I mean, this pick 6 is going to be gigantic. I mean,
well, let's just see something just for fun here. Well, we have a couple minutes before San Anita. You got a Baffert coming up at San Anita, but let's just take our budget. We're gonna clear here. We're gonna go 5, and then the 4-star work on the 11. We're gonna lock those 2 legs.
Oh, like in a ticket? Yeah. So Ticket Generator wanted to single the 5, I know, as the starting point, or the 3 and the 5. But it moved to the 7, but it liked the 3 and 5 in the first leg. So, but you like the 5. Yeah. I mean,
It misses my 9 there, and it misses the 10 in race 9. But, I do this a lot to see how in a sequence that paid a lot, how could we have gotten there? We do it a lot with turf weight too. Just to see how you could get there. We're using way too many horses in the last, and that's how you probably would end up getting there.
That's what I have in my pick 3 in the oh no, I don't have. I have most of those. But
boom, Tony or Anthony. I mean,
Rodney hit the 11. I love that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, and the pick 3 is going to be, the will pays will be really good. I mean, I can't wait to see the pick 6, man.
Yeah. And they won't show us, that. It just went official. So like 2 minutes from now, we should be able to see if they're going to show us it or not.
Dean, you singled the 11 in the last race? Gosh, I hope so. That would be amazing. Yeah, Rory, 4-star work. Big work, man. Much the best. The 4 ran 3rd, man. I knew that speed was going to be dangerous there. I wish that I would have, with the exactive, I missed it. Super high 5 carry.
I mean, they went 20 something in the opening quarter, and that horse still continued on.
But because the speed is, Scotty talked about it, then he got off of it. But the speed is, in my opinion, the speed is so dangerous sprinting on the turf like that.
Yeah.
And when you have outside posts with speed sprinting like that, like so absolutely like dangerous as prices. I mean, that's why I like turf sprints, because you can find such value on the outside like that.
Yeah. All right.
The
So
exacta paid 200 to 1, Oldie. The trifecta paid $736 in the try, man, for 50 cents.
that was a hittable try too. I was choosing
just
between the
needed
4
to-
and the 6 and
I-
chose wrong.
I just needed to add the 9 and
Told you to add the 9.
I know. I only played the 4 and 11.
All right, so let's see if we have the will pays up here for. Oh, come on.
The
They're
worst you
going
can
to-
do is
I'll
pick
share
one.
that screen.
The
Yeah,
worst you
share
can
the
do in the
screen.
It's
I'm
not.
curious on the pick 3 will pays, Oldie. They're
The
right
worst
here.
you can
So I
do-
have
Worst
Yeah,
you can do
I'll-
in the pick 5 is 41,000.
I have 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 12 in the pick 3. They're paying like $300 up to like 1,000.
So what do we think in the pick 6? If we're going to take a guess, we have somebody in the chat who's alive to the 11 as a single in the last. In the pick 6.
Oh, Dean James.
Yeah.
Wow.
100,000.
Dean, I'm rooting for that. That's probably to the 11. I got to imagine that's well, here's the pick 4's just got shown. So the pick 4 is $4,000 for 50 cents with the 5 in the first race. So I don't know, might 50,000 would be
No.
maybe higher. Yeah, I you might be looking at 80 to 100 to the 11.
Yeah, I was thinking 80.
So
Yeah, I
the
was
pick
thinking
5
100.
is $42,000. So 84, double it maybe with the
Who's alive to the 11?
Dean James.
Dean is on a under $60 ticket.
Wow, Dean. Nice job.
That's how you
So
do it.
the 11 is 42 for 50 cents. So, you cut that down at 20 cents, but also then just the carryover and all that. Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. 60 to 80,000 maybe would be my guess.
I think it'll be 100 if the 11 wins.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the lowest amount here is going to be over 100.
Yeah, I think if the 11 wins and it's over 100, then Dean sends us all whatever it's over 100. 100's good enough.
Yeah.
Good luck, Dean. Like
Dean,
good luck,
Dean,
man. I am.
we will be watching and rooting for you.
Absolutely.
And
Dean, trust me, buddy. Don't watch the race. Just go outside, walk around in a circle.
There's no way you can't watch the race.
yeah, you got to watch the race.
No, just walk around in a circle. You wait to come back and see what's on the screen.
No way, man. You got to watch. I'm with you, Rodney. I'll take it. There's a bunch there. My gosh, that's
Let's take the time and watch the Baffert here, who's 3 to 5. You do have a pretty good win percentage on this 3, who's a second-time starter, who's 6 to 1. If you want an alternate option there.
It's post time.
Wow, 5 whole horses, huh?
They could be quarter horses.
It's Emerald down south.
yeah, bro.
Yeah. Somebody asked that the
Well
other
funded to
week,
the
whether a
outside.
quarter horse is a quarter of a horse.
So they're
In the gate.
I know.
well, they're going.
And they're off. Side by side, and she's mooey the first 2 out. Princess of Time speeds up in between those 2 to take the lead. Well funded is 4th, 3 off the pace, and 2 clear of Plum Creek. Past the 5/8, and it is Princess of Time leading by a half a length. Side by side, she's mooey, and then well funded with 3.5 to make up.
194 tickets in the pick six.
I'm going to say the Baffert's not winning here.
Princess of Time.
You don't see them come from that far back
Then
very
she's
often.
Mooey in third.
I'll be right back.
With 4 to make up and another 3 to Plum Creek.
Coming, so maybe I'm
Approaching the
wrong.
quarter pole, Princess of Time retakes the lead. She's Mooey matching stride second. Side by side, dropping back a bit at the rail in third. And well funded on the far outside. There's an 8th to go. Princess of Time, 2-length lead on She's Mooey. Well funded, gathering momentum late. 16th pole, Princess of Time by 3. And Princess of Time, very strong today. Princess of Time wins convincingly.
That was the second time starter I mentioned as they were going into the gate there. So there's 194 total live tickets at Gulfstream.
How many?
194 total.
Oh, he's over over 100 grand.
I mean, look at this.
6 million in the pool.
Yeah. 194 live tickets.
You know, it'd be great if they also showed how many dead tickets there were, just so I could be represented.
Now he's probably looking at anywhere from 60 to 110 grand, probably, from what I can calculate here.
There we go. There's another EE feature. Calculate the wheel pace.
Right.
We have a little question for Scotty here.
I know. I need an EquinEdge. We're gonna get some. We need some swag. We had some swag, but we lost our merchandiser, and so we need to get some new swag for sure.
All right, Scotty. What day can we talk this week? I got you hooked up.
Okay. Tuesday's good.
Okay.
Tuesday's good.
You in California?
I'm in California, going back to Florida sometime this week.
Okay. Late in the afternoon, your time?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just text me right beforehand. I don't need notice. The more notice I have, the worse it is for me because I'm so many things going on. But
yeah, I'll text you first.
There's a lot of big things going on at EquinEdge, you guys. You gotta really like what's coming over this year. It's gonna be the biggest year for EquinEdge for sure. It's going to be really a lot of fun. It's going to be a nice ride, especially for those that have been aboard for the beginning, but also, those, it's really nice to see some of the new people here that are using EquinEdge now. I like that. It's really nice. We're working really hard. We're adding to our team. We just added a new developer, in fact, and some other big things too. So, but yeah,
I see new names and faces in the coaching class.
I've seen that as well in my classes. It's really, really neat. It's really neat to be a part of this, to be honest with you. And I know you guys feel the same way. It's the community we have is incredible.
And Scotty, I've said this to you many times, but thank you for allowing us the freedom that you allow us to do the stuff and to play with your product and tell people ways we use it, things like that. I could tell you 2 years ago, I never imagined being in this spot.
Well, you know what? Well, thank you as well, Oldy, because even from the beginning when I was doing all my shows and stuff, you were there every time, and it was just, I don't know, the community that we built. With Deb Martin when she started hitting some of those things, that was, you know what I mean, and she's the queen, and. And just to be in this position, just from a kind of a dream, it's been a lot of hard work. I'm not going to lie. Software development is not for the faint of heart. You guys know that. But you just have to persevere. You have to just go, I refuse to quit. And and then a lot of times the people that don't use EquinEdge just don't understand. They think that we're a tout service. And I try to explain to people that it's the best example I can ever give is the pace number. When I would try to calculate pace using past performances, and I've been handicapping for 40 years, it would take me forever to handicap pace because to most of us handicappers, we believe that pace makes the race. And so you just try to calculate that alone, and that's hours of handicapping, whereas you have the best pace number by far right in front of you, hitting 72.5% accuracy of who's going to be on the lead at the first call. I mean, it's just that's an example of all the metrics. You still have to handicap, and then on top of that, you still have to bet it right. So that's never going to change, nor do you want it to change. If we just gave a horse out to every single person, then everyone's going to bet the same thing and make no money. And then there would be no challenge. Like, you can get better at this. You can get skills. You can learn to get better. The coaching classes are phenomenal. They're free. You can go to EquinEdge.com and you can go to the coaching classes. But, so when people do come to the coaching classes and they're like, oh man, this is much different than I thought.
Yeah. And, Scotty, I think the best point you made about the pace thing is that, 3.5 to 4 years ago when Oldy and I started getting on the chats and begging you to do this, you didn't think pace was that important for the system, right? And then you went and figured it. I think it was an NHC or you had a light bulb moment, and then you were like, I got to get the pace in here. And you got the pace in there.
It's true.
And that's improved the product.
It's changed the game. In fact, guys, when 2 years ago at the NHC, we had about 10 EquinEdge customers representing. You would walk through the room of 600, 700 people, and you'd see like 10. Last year, over 150 easily. So a lot of the top players, they know. Justin will tell you, huh, Justin? We were talking about that.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. And speaking of that too, like, we're going to be in Vegas. I've got 2 entries. Everybody's welcome. We can do the shows like full time. You guys want to come all the way out here, or Oldy, last time I think you kept it going because we did it from your house because we couldn't get reception over at the NHC is horrible.
Because I had COVID also.
Yeah.
Brother, we powered through though. We powered through that. That was the long few days, but it was a lot of fun. And it's like, to be honest, it's only really the way I can try to qualify. It's so hard because the only other way to do it, right, I have to like be in a different state to play, and that happens. Like, I'm able to do it occasionally, but it's not enough, man. So I think the last chance is cool. That was fun last year. It was brutally confidence-wise, but but you
were right there.
Yeah, I should have made it, and
remember
that is the problem. But that's okay. There's always opportunity again. So, and
I think that I'm expecting there to be 200 or 300 people using EquinEdge at the tournament. So a lot of the top handicappers understand how valuable the tools are. We still have a long way to go, but the best is yet to come for sure. So it's really neat to see the community that we have as well, and how everybody loves EquinEdge. And it's kind of surreal, to be honest with you. But so this doesn't work without you guys. So thank you. I appreciate all the loyalty and the effort that you guys give too. It means a lot.
We enjoy it. Now tell us about Galicia's Spirit and your other horses.
So Makanga is a horse that I bought for John Guarneri, and Makanga broke her. They ran her on the dirt the first time. Not what I wanted, but they did, and she didn't. She showed speed and didn't run good. And then they put her on the turf over at Gulfstream Park, which that's why we bought her. And she ended up winning easily, and she had a 31-point increase on the turf. She was like 12-1 morning line, and she ended up going off at 5-1. I mean, all of us hammered her. I mean, we knew she was gonna romp. And John Velasquez came back, and he came up to the Express Bet Select suite and started talking to me and asking about the system. Johnny's a really nice guy. His wife Leona, and anyways, he goes, please make sure I'm on this horse. Please, like he wants to ride. Anyways, she's going to be running, from what I understand, in the next week or two, either in a grade 3 race or a non-graded stakes race. But they think she's like that good. And I'll tell you, long story short, I'll tell you a story on that, you guys. So John took a risk for sure, because I told him, I said, look, I've got these GSRs, and I'm watching all these people buy horses at these sales, and they're spending millions of dollars on horses. I mean, I saw it at the Timonium sale in Maryland, the first one, and then the OBS sale. And I'm watching this, and I'm seeing guys, like there was this one guy, I'll never forget it. He was dressed to the nines, suited up, looked like $1 million, and he had his phone like this, and he looked like he was worth $1 billion, and he had an attitude, and he's on the phone, and they're bidding on this horse $800,000, and he got the horse. And all I was thinking the entire time as I had my computer up and I saw that the horse's top GSR was 59. And I'm like, you poor bastard, you have no idea what you just saw.
Quick question. Was that Michael Averone?
You know, it might have been. But it was crazy. So John took a chance. We bought $590,000 in horses, and he had to leave. And he goes, so he gave me authority. So he went to somebody and said, okay, Scotty can bid, no problem. So I told him which horse I wanted to bid on, this Makanga now, the American Pharoah horse. And that these American Pharaohs are all running on turf. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And so he goes, okay, you can bid up to 100,000 on her. I'm like, okay, no problem. We did all the research on her. She had really good GSRs. We go over and the bid, it goes up to 100,000 like this. And now Anna is sitting next to me, and she's like, she could see it in my eyes. And she's like, Scott, don't you dare. He told you can go to $100,000. I'm like, it's okay. This horse is worth it. All of a sudden, the 125, 130, and I noticed that the bidding stopped, and I went 150.
Yeah.
And the part of me was thinking, oh shit, I hope I don't get this horse. Anyways, we got the horse, and Anna's like freaking out. She's very conservative, and I'm like, babe, I will put in the extra 50. I'll do half the horse. I have no problem. So John comes back, and his initial reaction was not happy with me at all. And then I'm like, John, I'll pay for half of it. I'll buy the entire thing if you don't want this horse. No problem. So he gets the horse gets back to the farm. And I said, John, how much of the horse am I getting? Oh, no, don't worry about it, Scott. Everything's good. Yeah. So I have 5% of the horse.
Did I meet John when I was at the Express Bet Suites and we were talking about all this?
No, I don't think you did.
Okay.
Scotty, you going to be in Florida for the Florida Derby?
I am.
All right, maybe I'll head down for that.
Okay, for sure. If you do, you got to come up to the Express Bet Select Suites.
The one thing I'll say, Sky, about that, I remember when I was talking to you as you were doing all of that, you put in a lot of effort, right? But it was a lot of video, and when I talked to Bruno the other night and I was talking to him, I'm like, hey, I never really realized at the sales, right, and the amount of video and how it works and how much you watch it, but you put in a lot of time, I know, and I remember talking to you about a lot of them. But I look forward to seeing how she runs next. I mean, that's incredible.
The way we're using the GSR for the breeding, and we've got a lot of people that want to invest now, is as a defensive mechanism. Just because a horse has a high number does not mean it's going to be a good horse. You still have to, right? But our system now, we're connected. So with the Jockey Club, we're able guys, the minute the sale, the horses pop up 3 weeks before the sale. In literally 20 minutes, we have all the data, and I know all the top horses on turf and dirt in literally just like that. Yeah. And so we're starting from a different position. We're only looking at horses with the higher numbers. And so I'd say it's about 8% of the horses at a sale we're even looking at. So then I go and I give it to my team and I go, okay, now I want you to go and look at these horses. I want you to watch the videos of their races. We're talking 2-year-olds in training. I want you to go watch their workouts. And so then we do that. Then we narrow that down to maybe, literally as crazy as it sounds, 20 horses, maybe. And then we go over and have them vetted. Like, it's a complete process of doing this. And this is the crazy part. In the OBS sale, there's a horse, and one of the guys, his name is JR, that went to go look at the horses, comes back and he goes, Scott, I only came up with 45 horses. I said, these 45 is what we're interested in. Let me know, watch the videos, and go look at them. He comes back and he goes, I only have 3, but one of them, Scotty, you got to get no matter what. He goes, what are the numbers? Yeah. And I go look at the numbers, and holy hell, this horse's numbers were in the 80s and 90s, and it's not who you're thinking. It was a horse called Candy Gray, who is now in the Safi Joseph barn. And what happened is I went to the barn and I said, I'll give you $250,000 for that horse if you take it out of the sale. And I said, but look, I have no credit here. I said, give me 1 week to pay you and give you $250,000 for the horse. They said no. And Safi got this horse for $95,000. She broke her maiden by about 10 lengths in hand. So I went to go. We ended up getting Galicia Spirit for $140,000 out of that sale. I bought the horse myself, and that was one of the 3 horses that we narrowed the sale down to. Anyways, I go to see Galicia, and I go to Safi's barn, and I meet the assistant trainer, and I said, "How's she doing?" He goes, "Well, she's sick right now, so I think that's why she hasn't come back to run." And he goes, I go, "What do you think of her?" And he goes, "Oh, she's probably our best horse in our barn. We think she's going to win the Oaks." I'm like, no shit. Like, it's just the breeding side of this is really cool. Some of the stuff that we're working on the breeding side is really neat.
How do you like those? How do you like those sick horse vet bills?
Yeah, they're brutal.
Yeah, they are.
But you know what makes up for it is when you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, except that the horse I have doesn't run, so it's just a money sucker.
Well, by the way, Makanga, you want to look for Makanga and maybe follow Makanga on your stable. Makanga is supposed to run in the next week or two. And then Galicia Spirit, guys, bled really badly in the race. I think I told you guys that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he went 109 and change, going 6 furlongs and like 133 flat. It was crazy. And then he bled badly, like really badly. So then we've been letting him heal up. He had a workout. Johnny Velasquez was on him. And unfortunately, in the workout, with a little bit of Lasix, not a lot, but a little bit, he bled again.
Huh.
And yeah.
What's
So
give us the spelling on that other horse.
Makanga is Macanga.
Macanga.
Well, they're approaching Oldy. So
Yeah.
we're Dean James. I hope you're still around, but good luck.
Dean's taking shots at this point.
Yeah.
No, he'll be taking shots if his horse wins. Is when he'll be taking shots. Yeah, I'm looking at this horse, and I think that I think it's just about the break for this horse. I think that's all it is. And by the way, too, this horse is getting Lasix for the first time because 2-year-olds in Florida can't have Lasix. So this horse is getting Lasix, and
that's everywhere, right, Scotty? It's not just Florida.
Yeah, well, I think so. For sure in Florida. I think even in New York. I disagree with the rule completely. I think it's like, come on. Like, what is better? Horses bleeding or Lasix? Like, because if they're bleeding, they can't run. So, I mean, Galicia is an example of that.
I think it's everywhere but Texas is the rule.
With this Lasix, by the way, I like the fact that the 11's the EquinEdge second pick. I think Dean's got a big chance. Dean Makanga, that's right, Mark.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's a nice one. Makanga, and she's naturally fast. Like, guys, she is so fast. She might be one of the fastest horses on the track. You know what the great part about her is? She doesn't need the lead. And she has such a good mind. But this 12 horse is making a really nice appearance as well for Chad Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruno brought that up yesterday with these horses and them having a mind and everything else, which is very important.
Which brings me back to the stories about the former Derby winner War Emblem for Bob Baffert, and just how the horse had a mind. The mind was to be as mean to everybody as possible.
Yeah. And just
Tabasco Cat is another one, Derby winner, right? Yeah. That's the one that jacked up Wayne Lucas's son.
Yeah.
And let's not forget who was the New York bred who bit the other horse's tongue during the race?
We don't have the horses.
Right. That
we
was
don't
one
have
of the
the
funniest
horses.
things I've ever seen.
Gary, we don't have the horses to watch up yet. It's going to probably be. It might be another month and a half, 2 months before the horses to watch are up, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary,
And Gary, I've been, whether myself, Justin, or Chris, whoever's around, we've been releasing it in the WhatsApp chat, which is daily, which you can get the link to if you don't have it off of our off of my Twitter page.
They
and
called that a
profiles in
fumble,
there.
and then they called it a touchback on the football game. That's insane. As the fourth quarter starts.
Yeah, it was definitely knocked out before the goal line.
All right, guys, let's just be thinking 11 right now. That's it for Dean. Come on, let's
11.
turn the volume up,
11.
Oldy, and let's get this damn 11 in. Come on, one time for Dean. Let's go.
let's hit the 11.
5-2 currently, and a race full of chances. 2 more waiting for Kissing Rock and Arlen. Arlen. Jorge Ruiz for Jeff Hiles. Then draw me outside. Kissing Rock will complete the line. Kissing Rock
That's brutal.
and the 11th.
Come on. Good break. Good break out of the gate. Good break. Come on. You got this.
Gate crew working with 12. Kissing Rock. Kissing Rock surveys the situation.
Yo, 11.
The Yo 11. Come on,
Yo
11.
11.
Standing well at this point.
Go 11.
We're playing craps here.
Warm choice from the fence, Mama Bella. Kissing Rock. The last one to move in. Kissing Rock half in.
12 don't want to load, man.
And now back
Quality
out.
road.
Well, 12 hole. That was a 12 hole, wasn't it?
Meanwhile, we did have one act up in the gate.
In the Breeders'
Settles
Cup?
now.
Or was
Yeah.
that the Derby?
Breeders'
That was
Cup
a-
wouldn't get in the gate with
Kissing
Zenyatta.
Rock. Just
Yeah, did it
about
get
ready.
scratched?
Gates
Pardon me?
closed, all set.
It didn't get scratched. He didn't get scratched that day, did he?
Yeah.
And
11
At the
broke
gate.
good.
Good break. Good break.
Runners away. From between horses, yes to Champagne
Okay,
gets the
now
first
sit.
ball and goes looking for the
Sit.
early advantage.
And get over.
This
Don't
is
get caught
There
wide.
you go.
Yeah, there we
Out
go.
at the inside and
There
moving
we
up
go.
is Sweet Mimi, the target, and the run to the first turn. Kate's Charm is away in second with Yes to Champagne an early third, followed fourth at the inside by Speak Up. She's about
You got
4
all
lengths
long
behind.
shots on the lead.
Twisted
All long
Romance is
shots.
next. She's 5 lengths off the lead. Down at the inside, it's Mama Bella. Then it's
Stay
Kissing Rock.
patient.
The gray is at the rail. That's Hello Hollywood, about 7 lengths off the lead. Then it's Easy Street. Paired off at the back are Redo and Celebrity Row. Down the backstretch they go. And up front, the leader is Sweet Mimi and Paco in front by 3/4 of a length. Kate's Charm up on the outside is now second. Yes to Champagne racing together with Speak Up. They're third and fourth. Mama Bella locked in toward the inside. Racing between horses is Erilyn. She's drawing closer, but it needs a little racing room. Kissing Rock is on the outside.
So far,
Then back to
no-
Easy
not a lot
Street
of
and Hello
excuses for
Hollywood.
the
Still on hold is Celebrity Row.
No,
And
I
Redo
like
is last
that.
of
I
all
like
as
that
they
move,
round
though.
the
Go
far
on the
turn.
inside like that. Let
Sweet
them all
Mimi
go
has been
wide.
in front from the outset. She leads
Yeah.
by a neck. Kate's
That
Charm
was a
second.
good
Yes
move.
to
Come on.
Champagne third. Kissing Rock
Come on,
4
get a
wide.
hole
while
now.
Come on,
looking
open
through.
up a
The
hole.
inside is
Get a
Speak
hole.
Up.
Just get a
Past
hole.
3/4
Come on,
and
get
first
out.
for home.
Get out.
Sweet Mimi,
Get out.
she's a big price.
Oh.
She's
Go,
go,
only
go.
1/8 of a mile from home and 2 on
Oh.
top. Kate's Charm is second. Down the center and Kissing Rock. Loose inside Mama Bella, but time is
Seven's
ticking
gone.
away. And Sweet Mimi is still there. They can't reach her.
This is
25-1
going to
close the
pay
rainbow
so
six.
much.
Sweet Mimi went down the
I
road.
Mean,
Second, Mama Bella.
Sorry,
Third,
Dean.
Speak Up. Fourth
So
was
sorry.
Kissing
Sorry,
Rock.
Dean, man.
In 131. Flat.
I mean, the this is going to pay. I bet you it pays over $200,000.
Oh, no way. It could pay 5 out of 6.
No.
No chance.
There were only 194 live tickets. You have to
No
figure
chance.
most were tied to the one in the 11.
A
No,
lot.
this is gonna- this is-
Somebody. It's
There's going
there's.
to be,
I mean,
be 5 tickets here. Going to be 5 tickets.
I
Yeah,
got
this is gonna
$100
be a
only that
couple hundred
says
grand.
It pays.
This is going to be. This is
the
probably
5
going to
percent.
pay over. No, this isn't $100,000, Justin. This is This is
It's $1 million.
800,000 minimum.
You think?
Yeah.
I would think like 2 to 3, but I
Yeah.
could see.
So many people are knocked out after that, for sure. The pick
This
5
was
paid
the-
330K.
This was the fourth longest shot on the board.
Well, it was the longest shot in the pick 5 at 330,000.
Yeah, you're probably right. So yeah, wow, that's crazy, man.
No, this is gonna be a good
Like
payout.
$1 million probably. Yeah. Wow.
By good magic.
330,000 for the pick 5. Holy hell, man, Dean! I know you're probably bummed as hell. I don't blame you. I'm so sorry.
And the crappiest thing about this, right, Scotty, from those of us that used to play the $2 one, is at least if you were live here, you were going to get something good back at $2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
Hey,
you
look
had a
at- by the way, guys-
$20,000 ticket, you were going to cash.
Look at Michael. Look at the jockey trainer combination on the 7 horse.
Oh, Paco, yeah, and Trombetta. Yep. Yeah.
32%. Yeah.
I mean, he just went to the lead and was gone on the turf, man. I mean,
You know, guys,
He didn't
based
even
on
go
that
that fast.
pick 5 payout, I'm going to say we're looking. There's a possibility. There's maybe 6 tickets, maybe 7 tickets.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I think you're right. I bet you it is at least $1 million.
Yeah,
There was
it
over
could- it
6
could
mil
be.
in the pool. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we
I'm
got to
gonna
hang
go-
out. We got to hang out and find out what the final price here is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3 tickets live.
3. You might be right.
3 tickets
Which-
is 3.5 tickets is probably the over under if we were betting on this.
I mean, that's what we do. We just need to develop a system that tells us the angles here.
And guys, that's with the 5 horse, the favorite
Yeah.
winning the first leg.
Man, the 11 just got destroyed. Otherwise, I think it would have been right there at the wire. It may not have caught the 7.
Yeah. 7 to, I mean, look at those splits. They just got way too easy. You're talking about almost 50 for the half.
So
Going a
I
mile.
guess Trombetta bookended the card, right? He had
Yeah.
the winner in the first one, right?
Also a second time starter, yes.
Yeah.
I'm calling under the under on 3. I agree with. I think that this probably does pay $1 million, Scotty. I think this is like 3 tickets, maybe, Oldy. I'm saying under 3.5.
The pool was 6 million, so 3
That'd be
tickets.
2 million at 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. I mean, this is going to be massive, man.
I mean, we said when we were talking about this before we got on the air that the sequence was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was going to pay something nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let the record reflect I outlasted all of you on a $54 ticket.
You did.
Guys,
You
you
know
want
what
to
that
see something
pays?
crazy? Let's see here.
Nothing.
Hold on here. We'll try this. It's a lot of money, of course, but let me see.
You got to go find the ticket.
I'm seeing what you could have hit this thing on.
1.8 million.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
4 tickets about,
If-
or no, with
if you
takeout
single-
about 3 tickets.
If you singled the 5 in the first
3.
leg,
3 tickets, man. 3 tickets.
if you singled the 5 in the first leg, you hit this thing on a $2,268 ticket.
I can't believe they just did that though.
They
Yeah,
went to, we're now watching racing in Uruguay or somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm
let me
like,
reshare that.
What's
And
this
they never showed the price on the screen.
You know, guys, you know what is a factor for sure is your key just who you single. You know,
Yeah.
it really like run the ticket generator, play your budget, play a bigger budget when it comes to, bigger pools, and then find the right single and then let the system do the rest. Like, it was going to take a lot of money. I mean, obviously most people can't play that big, but if you find one single and you played big enough here, then you, like in this situation here, $2,268, singled the 5 horse in the first leg, and the rest of its history hits it on its own.
The pick 4 paid 38,000, man.
Man, that's nuts.
Yeah, Scotty, there's a number of ways you could do that. You can single like
Yeah.
the 5 in the first that was like the favorite. And if you've got a price somewhere along the way there and single that and let the ticket generator kind of mature and get there. I like to start at lower numbers and then move higher and try and figure out where your spread is. Because the one thing I hate about the caveman tickets is when you do those and you include 6 or 9, 8 or 9 or out of 14 horses, you're valuing all of them the same. And that
right.
part is the betting part where, you know, when you get a shorter price, that kind of hurts you.
Let's watch Santa Anita real quick. Oldie, would you put that up?
Yep, it was actually already over there with the cursor about to do
Okay, cool.
A lot of times, you know, when we're talking, I'll just do that stuff in the background.
So I noticed races like this, the EquinEdge long shot seems to do well in wide open races. Although I had this horse on the lead, and he's not on the lead and doesn't look like he can rate, but that does happen a lot when you see wide open races and a low win percentage. Like 23% is the top win percentage, but that's the 5. But check this out though: the 5 horses 8-5 on the EquinEdge morning line, 8-5.
And the battle continues up top. The Bullion Bomber hanging tough on the
How
inside.
crazy is that? This horse is that's gonna be close between the 5 and the 8.
These two will come for the wire together.
5's trying though. Both these horses are really trying. Look at that 5. What an effort.
Yeah.
Oldy, flip back to Gulfstream.
Guys, look at that horse was the top win percentage, top EquinEdge pick 8-5 on the EquinEdge.
There it is.
At 26,
There it is.
add the Rainbow 6. Make sure you tip your
1.8 million, man.
$1.8 million in the Rainbow 6 today. Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude Pegasus World Cup week.
The Turf Pick 3 paid 9
Turf
G's,
Pick
man.
3 here, 11-11-7. That's worth $9,007.50.
Yeah, leave the
Prices all
750 at the
afternoon
window.
long. You saw on the feed from Maroon
Yeah,
yesterday.
the GSR though was low on that horse that just won the 5.
Comes your way via the Latin American Racing Channel. On
Yeah,
the Gulfstream
yeah, you're
Park
going to be
South
like, yeah, I want
Network.
all that in cash.
For those fans joining us on track, your evening with us still getting underway as we have a host of entertainment
That's
options
cool, though,
for you,
whoever hit that.
including the
Wow,
Gulfstream
that's
Park
incredible.
Casino, for all your gaming
That's
needs,
but you know it
shopping,
doesn't
dining,
isn't
and
that
a
what
lot
keeps
more
us
at the
going?
Village at Gulfstream. Trackside
I'm
driving,
I'm
dining
going
at
to
the
assume
Carousel
that
Club,
because
and more horse racing
I'm
action
going
in
to
the
assume it
Silver
was
South
not a
Pass Center
computer
Racing
ticket
from
either.
Golden Gate
Or
and
tickets.
Santa Anita Park. Live racing
I
again
wouldn't
Wednesday.
assume that.
First race
I wouldn't
time
assume that at
is
all.
12:10.
$1.8 million.
The computers could have had all 3 of them.
Could have. But
Because they're not playing.
historically,
They're not playing $2,200 caveman tickets.
but
They're taking
historically on
$2,200 and
these,
spreading it over hundreds.
But guys,
I
there
mean-
was nothing really that long. Nothing.
I mean,
If you look at this, there was really nice payouts. Even the 7 horse in the last leg.
50.
I mean, if you look on paper at this horse, I mean, it's not like it looks. You guys know how sometimes you see horses that win and they're just like, I can't see it happening. I didn't see that today.
No, it's just the preparation, right? You sit down to look at it and things become somewhat obvious after the races and whatnot. It's hard to figure these things out beforehand.
I guarantee you, though, 100%, the tickets that won the $1.8 million, they played big tickets for sure. I mean, anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 for sure.
Yeah.
The win percentage was kind of key in some of this too. So you have the 5 who was, looking back on it, the single that we discussed. The 11's your second win percentage. The 9 was 1%, so that one doesn't fall into that. And the 10 here was 1%. But beyond that, this 11 was pretty good. It had the 4-star work, and was within the top win percentages. And, this 7 at the end was down there. But, you could have gotten to the 5, the 11, if you use just the top 2 win percentages here and single the 5 here, and then take that 4-star horse, I'm sure you get there.
You guys want to just do that golden hour pick 4 before we go?
Sure.
You can't. I gotta hop because I gotta go grab one of my kids, guys.
All right, Justin.
All right, man. It was a pleasure. Good luck.
Have a
Later,
good
bro.
week, Justin.
You too, man.
So, Scotty, what type of budget do we want here? Tony, what type of budget?
Start
do,
low, Oldy. Just
let's do
start at
120.
$16. Start at
Huh?
16, see what it says,
Okay, that's
and work
true.
your way from there.
16 might be a little low though for the pick 4. Maybe like 32.
See up 32. Okay, see what it says.
Let's see.
It likes
32.
this 3 right in the second leg.
That's the first place I go, is look at the single,
Yeah.
and determine if that's something you're gonna live or die with.
It looked pretty good. I mean, it's tactical. I mean,
I
maybe
don't.
the lead,
I'll tell you why I don't. The horse can win, but
but there is more
look,
speed here.
I mean, it's supposed to win those last 2 races, and it didn't. And it might not be the same horse it was 4 races back. And I also think, maybe this is a better dirt horse than it is synthetic.
Well,
right?
and you have the 5 horse here, who on paper is just as fast. The risk
Honestly,
with
like this would be a horse to claim. Honestly,
the risk with this 5 horse though is that it stops when it doesn't get the lead.
Okay, look on the synthetic. If you go to the GSR Plus grid, Oldy, just for the hell of it, go to the GSR Plus grid
On the 3 or the 5.
On the 3. And go and sort the synthetic. The synthetic first, right?
I mean,
Sort that.
that's the surface it shouldn't be on.
That's the surface it's running today. Now go on the dirt and sort. What do you got? Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just night and day. So
Well,
maybe,
turf.
right? I mean, claim this horse and put it on dirt.
Well, and that's when you come in with the Northern versus Southern California, where they only have the dirt. Well, no, this horse won at Belmar.
You know what would be good? Claim this horse for 20,000. Bring it over to Los Alamitos. Run it at night because it's got some speed. Run it over at night there. Those purses are like 16, 18 grand. Some of them even more. And run that race. Run this horse around the hook. Literally, like what?
Look at the 2, Oldy. Look at the 2 and race.
Who knows the trainer at Golden? Who knows the trainer at Golden Gate? I'll buy that horse. I'll claim that horse right now.
There's a good option for a single. The 2.
Scotty, if you're serious,
I'm
let me see.
100%.
I may know somebody. So there's a guy from the Facebook groups who I think his dad trains at Golden Gate or something.
When's this race go off? 4:28. We got 2
Give me a
hours,
minute. Let me
hour
see
and a
if
half.
Danny's around.
Absolutely, will claim this. I will claim this horse right now. No problem.
Look at the 2. The 2's your winner.
Let's see here. Trujillo claims this horse 9%, 9%. The GSR goes up. It's cutting back in distance. Up 8. Win percentage stays the same. It's definitely. I don't know that it's the winner, Chris, but it's certainly got a big look. That's for sure.
I think so. I mean, the price is right too.
I just texted Danny Gomez from the Facebook groups. It says he's online. So let me see whether we get,
Let me know.
or whether he has somebody for you to talk to.
Absolutely.
I'll send you my Venmo info, Scotty.
Okay.
All right. So while we wait for that, let's look at the rest of this here. I kind of like this 2 horse. Who's a long shot a little bit.
I just mentioned the 2 horse. We just talked about it. That's the winner. Back to 5.5 on the synthetic, coming from right off the pace. Everything else stays the same.
Yeah.
Like Scotty said, the 3 wants dirt and lights.
The other question is the 7 horse as well. Even though the GSR isn't great at 5.5, it could get a perfect setup here.
Yeah, that's not Bill McLean's regular jockey for horses he likes.
All right, nothing yet. I'm just checking back there. Terry Frank says he joined the EquinEdge racing stable. All right, so let's just look at these other legs and see if we see anything we think are singles here.
We're building a really cool EE stable actually. It might take to the end of the year, but a really cool one. Yeah.
Any interest, Scotty, in doing like an EE thing, a racing stable thing, like on a much smaller scale than like My Racehorse or places like that? You know, maybe
So
limited.
it's funny you say that. Are you talking about like investing in like a syndicate, you mean?
Yeah, something like that. But like, you know, kind of close it down, right? So it's not general public. You got to be a subscriber and things like that, you know, for some of the old time folks, the folks that join the chats and things like that, and you know, join the shows and whatnot.
Well, you guys know how much I'm getting into the breeding because, in fact, after the simulated race is done, I've got there's two things I got my data scientist building. One is the GSR to make it. We think we can make that thing 6-7 points better, and that is a lot. That's, you know, it's like 60% better. We think we can actually do that. And so I'm really getting into the breeding, you know, so we thought about it. We're creating something. We're trying to keep it simple, but I don't be surprised if we, yes, in fact, you can go to Equine Breeders. It's on Twitter and follow it. Let's see here. Do you know what the, what is that? It is at equine_breeders. If you want to follow Equine Breeders, but it's a, you know, it's a possibility just for the energy and the fun. Like, yeah, like that, Terry. It's a possibility for sure. We might do that to create that energy for sure. But we've already been working on the program. We've already developed one. Like I said, we have the API that's connected. So in seconds we know all the sales and we know all the horses in the race. Or in the sales, and we can in seconds we can track to see which are the best horses we're interested in possibly buying. So it's a really big advantage at using technology against you know, arguably pretty, like the way a lot of people in that industry are buying horses, especially 2-year-olds. It's like off of an eighth of a mile or a quarter of a mile workout. You know what I mean? Like, since when was a race run in an eighth of a mile or quarter of a mile besides quarter horses? Like, so I just think we have an advantage using some of the breeding stuff that we're doing.
All right.
Wiz, a little bit of that, Wiz, yes. So I'm trying to, Oldy, I'm dead serious, by the way, on that horse. Just so you know.
No, I'm waiting to see. If I had his phone number, I'd call him.
I know one person up there I'm looking to. Let's see here. But as far as the golden hour goes, I still would try to beat this 3 horse, only because I don't think that the 3 is the I don't think synthetic is the best surface. Like how good would you feel having this horse? How good would you feel having this horse on, you know, going 8 furlongs on the dirt over at Fresno or one of those fairs?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I mean, it did. It won at Del Mar also.
Yeah.
You know, all right, so let's try a different amount here. Let's try 60. See what we come up with.
Oh, you work for an RDF company?
So that's what it's coming up with. I think race 3 could be pretty chalky or pretty, you know, the race 3, I think the 3 and the 2 are possibly your most likely horses there.
Well, then keep one of them and toss the other.
Well, neither of them are the favorite.
Okay, well, that's good.
So I would keep both. And do something, I said the 3, sorry. I don't like the 9. And I didn't look at the 7, but the way speed's holding on that turf course right now. How did I do that? Hold on. This should be 2 who's top pace and the 3 who's the top pick and top win percentage. All right, so let's do this. So it really likes those speed horses. I think this race also, you don't need to use that many horses, but so we want to add the 2 here, right? And we want to get rid of the 3.
Guys, I'm working on something right now, so it's on you guys right now. I'll be right back.
Chris, what do you think? Get rid of the 3 here? Dump the favorite?
Sure. I'm always happy to dump the favorite, especially at Golden Gate.
And then, Tony, I think you don't need to be 1 through 6 or 1 through 5 here. If you're going to do that, you might as well add the 6.
Or what happens when
saying,
people go all most of the time, Oldy?
Most of the time, but I'm saying if you're going to spend the money, you might as well not go all but 1 here. Especially when you're leaving out a...
Look, if you're going all, what are you trying to do? What's your objective?
I guess you're trying to catch a price, but again, not my
If you're trying to catch a price,
given a budget.
Price, dump choice A and choice B.
Well, let me ask you, if you get a price somewhere else, I mean, that's the conversation. If you beat this 3 here, and this 3 is the system single, and a lot of other people might be single to it, who can't see that this horse doesn't want synthetic, you're shooting yourself in the foot over.
Well, the system single at Gulfstream today was the 7, and didn't win. So you got to make decisions here. I mean, just dumping money after dumping money off tickets,
$24.
It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's another 12-5 claimer for mares 4 and up. I mean, these are not the best at all. First of all, I saw Rosario, so I dumped Rosario. He stayed home to Santa Anita yesterday to go 0 for 6 and not go to the Pegasus.
If it were me, I'd play something like, what is this 5 here?
Scotty's working on a claim.
I know. I still haven't heard back from Danny either. If it were me, I'd do something like that, Tony.
That makes sense, right? Because you get to the last at Golden Gate is, sometimes chaotic. Looks like you've got decent coverage there, and you're 2x2 all the way, and you're short fields. I mean, when there's 6 horses in the field and you're taking 4 of them, what are you actually doing?
But so you're top pick by long shot, second pick by long shot, and then top pace and top pick. You did get Frazier there. He's getting off the 10. Granted, Pratt is getting on, but
so take that
turf sprint.
Take that ticket for $48, play it for $3, which gets you pretty close to your normal balance that you play things for. And if you hit it, you're going to hit it 3 times instead of playing it for 120 and hitting it 1 time.
Yeah. I mean, there is another option here. I think this 2 is pretty solid as a potential single here. There's taking a pretty big drop for Mullins
Okay,
here.
so the first thing I'll tell you is Hector Berrios riding in any other race there?
Berrios is not riding in this race.
Okay, so why did Mullins use Herrera? Because he's a nice guy and he wants to give Diego a break?
No, Diego's a regular rider since he claimed the horse.
Yeah. Who rode the horse before? Berrios. Berrios is his go-to guy. So he is being nice. If Jeff really thought this horse could win, and we all know, we've seen Jeff in the paddock interviews where, he puts horses out there that he doesn't think can win. If he thought this horse could win, he'd put Berrios on it.
I was just going to suggest this is an option too. Not 120. Hold on.
I know, I wish.
That is an option as well.
Sure. You built a little pyramid there.
Yep. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. But, so Tony, there's a couple different ways you could play this. I think this pays more if the 3 wins here. And even this is still reasonable at 96.
Yeah.
Which is
For
how
sure.
I played mine yesterday that hit. I don't like the top pace horse here.
I just
think
don't
there's
like
enough-
96 to return 350. I mean, I'd rather go find other things in the sequence that I can make 350 on out of $96 instead of hoping and praying.
It says he's active now. Hopefully
There's a lot of thoughts and prayers in these tickets.
always. But I do think some of the thoughts and prayers is if you think the 2's a single the 2.
Yes, for sure. And then share that out play that at $3. Share that out at $1.50.
I mean, at that price, that anybody can play that. You don't need to share it out. They can just play it.
No, but if you share it out, people will join, and they'll join if you played at $1, $3, $5, $7. We've seen that. I mean, these things go quick. I want to single the 5 in first leg, is what Tony says.
Tony, if you want to single the 5 in the first leg, be my guest. Looks to me like it's a 54. Does get the jump in GSR going to routing, but wasn't beating 50s and 54s in the past when it had routed. That's what I see.
It gets D'Amato's like 7th choice of jockeys too.
And 8 to 5, no thank you.
Nope.
Based on that profile.
All right, Oldy.
We're just waiting on Scotty here.
Back.
What'd you guys figure out? What'd you come up with?
We claimed that horse, Scotty.
I made a couple of calls, so we'll see.
Yeah, we already got you. We're going to outshake you.
I would love, wouldn't you? I don't know what it would cost to ship back, but if you took a horse like this, you can clearly see that its GSR is an 81 going 8 furlongs. So, clearly up there, obviously there's not a lot of options and you're going to wait for the fair. So naturally he has to put the horse in a position where he thinks it could win. And it's not as good on synthetic, but a horse like this, if in the right spots, you could rattle off 3 or 4 races in a row. And imagine a horse like this up at like Penn or Charlestown or something like that.
How about Tampa?
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to cost you $10,000 to ship it?
No.
No.
I'll tell you how much it costs to ship 2 horses from Santa Clarita, California to Tampa, Florida. It costs $6,000 for 2, so that's $3,000 a piece.
So that's not bad, actually. Like,
they drive it straight out here. It gets here in like 32 hours. They got drivers along the way and crews. So they stop, they get them out, they load them back up, crew takes over, and boom, they keep going. Brock-led shipping.
Man, I'll tell you what, that has got to be so brutal on those horses. Honestly,
it is.
32 hours.
We purposely, when we moved here, we went to the barn in Santa Clarita, and they got on the van, and then they took them out over to like the Inland Empire and put them on the big truck. So they each had a box stall in the truck, and then drove them over here. And then we flew out and
hold on. I'm going to interrupt to ask Scotty if I can share his phone number with Danny.
Yep.
Because he said he knows lots.
Okay.
Danny Gomez.
And so when they got here, we were here. So when the truck pulled in, we were here and they saw us and they were like, you could tell the eyes like, man, what the fuck was that? Right? Really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
When's the next fair up there? Up in Northern California. You guys know? Any way of knowing?
Yeah, the fairs start way in the summer.
Like
so,
Sonoma and those in the summertime, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, you got Sonoma, you've got Pleasanton. You certainly don't want to go up to Ferndale and run on the bull ring, and then Fresno is like late in the year and whatnot. But I gotta tell you, man, those surfaces suck. If you think this horse is good enough to either run at Tampa or even cheap at Gulfstream, and then
I'm thinking low sell. Like I'm thinking 4.5 furlongs over at low sell. I mean, those purses are $16,000 in in some of those allowance races. Like
those $1,000 races are tough. Those 1,000-yard races are super tough, Scotty. Super tough. And you get a lot of entrants, and you're going to need a trip. You're going to need the jock. Who's going to train it? And so
I'm looking at in race number 6 over there, 1,000 yards, $14,000 purse. These horses aren't as good as this horse.
Mm-hmm. No, it's certainly profitable.
Condition. But I'm looking right now at those horses, and this horse would be probably 50-60% to win that 6th race.
Yeah, and they're looking at changing the legislation there to let low sal run longer distance at higher purses too once Golden Gate closes.
Wow.
All right, so he gave me the phone number for a trainer at Golden Gate that you can call.
Oh yeah, okay. You gonna text me?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm just making sure it's not the trainer of the horse right now.
I want to at least put my 2 cents in here on the golden hour too. Let me look here. I'm looking real carefully here to see if I can just throw something out there maybe you guys didn't see.
Sure.
Okay.
Copy.
It's always good to get insight from the legendary beast.
No. This is a humble game. A month ago, I hit the over at Turfway, I hit that pick 5 for a lot of money, and I've just been on fire. And then in the last 2 weeks, it's a game of streaks, and you just have to recognize when you're not on fire to bring down your wagers, and so I definitely I've been definitely struggling.
If you check your text, it's the phone number's there now.
Okay. So he said just to call the trainer direct. Is he expecting my call?
Let me find out.
Okay. Find out.
Yeah, do it on the air so we get the voicemail and the phone number.
Yeah, right. You remember that?
I remember the Dave
Weaver
number. That was funny. You were
That was
like, oh my God, who do I talk to? We can't put this recording up.
Well, who would have thought, like, he doesn't have a regular voicemail. He's like, he had one of those ones that reads off his phone number.
I know.
Never even registered. That was in the early days, remember?
I do.
Let's see.
All right, I'll be right back.
One more second here. You never know what's going to happen on the stretch run. That's for sure.
No. This 3-horse, this laudatory, looks really, really tough, saving ground on the inside.
He said to tell him that Danny Gomez gave you the number.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the 3 is a single. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. That's been fun. Thanks for having me, you guys.
No problem, Scotty. I'm interested to hear how this plays out. So text me or WhatsApp me later. And
Okay.
we thought maybe the 2 in the first leg is a single here instead. And
Yeah.
I dumped the 3 because I wanted to try to make this pay. So we just went a straight $48.
So I think for me, the single is the laudatory, race number 9 at Santa Anita. I like the 3-horse, second time starter, good GSR.
Yeah, I like that horse.
Bumped at the start, off the layoff. Layoff horses seem to be the thing right now. That last 5/8 drill was a very, very nice drill. What's the workout report on that workout? Do you have anything on that from Bruno?
Give me a second and I'll pull it up. Let's see here.
What's your friend's name again? Danny what? Gomez?
Danny Gomez.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here. All right, workout report. Hold on. I have to focus myself enough to figure out what I'm doing. All right. Where is that chat? There we go. Where is my files? All right, give me one more second. I just got to figure out where I put that today. All right, so last 2 races at Santa Anita. You want to know the workout report on the 3 is only a 2-star work.
Really?
Yep.
And the 10?
Nothing better than a 3-star work in there, though. The 10's also 2 stars.
Interesting. You know when you know it's a weak group is when the 9-horse, who's a second-time starter, has a 43 GSR, EquinEdge's second pick. Like, that's when you know you're looking at a weak race. And so maybe that's a sign maybe that you should spread in a race like that, right? That's a possibility.
Danny said he just called him for you, so he's expecting your call.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm out. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
I
Scotty.
enjoyed.
Right.
It was nice to
Thank
be
you,
on with you
everybody.
guys. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. You there, Chris? You look frozen. You're muted.
I'm here. You ready to wrap it or what?
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Yeah,
A little bit of fun today.
Let Danny
and,
know Scotty's calling him now. All right.
Yeah, looks like Scotty's got a new horse, so put that one in your stable.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for spending the time with us. Sorry we were not able to make $1.8 million today, but maybe next time.
Yeah. 4 for 6 is great. Sorry, 3 for 6 is great. Pays nothing.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right, see you Saturday.
Thank you. Bye now.